Good evening and welcome to Arcadia High School for the home of the HJCAC Game of the Week. Tonight we have the Gila River Hawks and the Salt River Scorpions facing off. My name is Devin Blankenship. Join with me up here in the booth, Mr. Ethan Troll. Ethan, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Big matchup tonight. We got a chance to talk with both coaches before the game. What are some of your expectations and some of your notes heading into tonight's game?
Well, there's a lot of names to look out for tonight, and there's a lot of different schemes that we're going to have. I mean, we talked to both head coaches, and they're both going to approach with a very similar aspect, and that is physicality, toughness, and discipline, which is actually the motto for the Gila River Hawks head coach, Larry Kane. He talked with us earlier in pregame, and that's his motto, is toughness, discipline, physicality, and to repeat that every single week. Whereas for the Scorpions, there is a lot of potential with this team, especially with certain weapons, such as someone to look out for tonight, number 22, Marquez Smith. And he's going to be getting the ball quite a bit tonight on all fronts of the ball, defense, offense, special teams, you name it. So there's going to be a lot of names to point out tonight, and both of these teams are going to come out really physical and see if they can who's going to control the line of scrimmage.
Can't wait. I'm super excited. You talked about Marquez Smith. We had a chance to talk to Coach Lewis before the game. Potentially, don't want to say anything for sure here, could be seeing a D1 offer tonight.
Yeah, if he puts up the performance, and Lewis is all about giving him the ball tonight because he wants him to get that offer, especially when you have an opportunity with scouts here tonight from multiple different Division I, Division II schools. It's really exciting, especially for these players who've been working so hard to get these kind of opportunities. And I'm just excited to see what both of these teams are going to bring tonight on all fronts of football.
Aren't we all? We are set to get things going here as the Gila River Hawks will receive the opening kickoff. And we're off. Caught within the 10-yard line. He's going to bring it out past his own 30. Finds a seam. Past the 40. Trips and falls at around the 46-yard line. Christian Harvey with the massive return to open things up.
Yeah, Harvey is a speedy guy. 5'10", 160. Average size, but he's got a lot of potential as well. I mean, everybody out here has a lot, but a great return overall, and we'll see what the penalty is here. Looks like they're going to call a penalty on the Scorpions here, and they're going to move the chains down even farther.
Wow, so they will just add on to that massive opening kick return for the Hawks.
And something I want to bring up, too, already the first penalty of the game for the Scorpions, and that's been an issue that they've had all season long, and that is discipline and major penalties of 15 and 10 yards. It's been pretty crazy for them, especially 2 weeks ago. You and I were at Sunny Slope watching them play, and they had, I could have sworn they had to fill up two washers full of flags. It was absolutely nuts. So that's not a good start for them, but we'll see if they clean it up the rest of the night.
Dylan Curry is going to be the starting quarterback for the Gila River Hawks with the tailback to his right.
Peyton Parrish in motion there. Parrish, excuse me.
Christian Harvey comes across, and he will send it on a reverse, and there's going to be a toss pass back to Curry, but that was over his head and incomplete. First play from scrimmage, and we're already seeing a little bit of trickery coming out of head coach Larry Kane.
We were just talking about I was commentating a game yesterday. It was the Cesar Chavez Knights and the Mesa Jackrabbits, and the champions opened up on the second play of the game with a double reverse pass, a double reverse flea flicker to their best wideout, and it scored a touchdown. And something similar happened here where it was double motion, and the wide receiver comes down and tries to throw it to, like you said, Curry right there, but it falls incomplete and just overthrown. Hopefully they don't reveal too much of their playbook yet.
Kolinowski starting the night 0 for 1 with a 0 QBR. Curry is back in the gun with the tailback to his left, and he's going to give it to him running right. Has the outside, picks up close to a first down, picks up about 9 on the second down play.
Jerry Williams was somebody that Coach Kane told us we were supposed to watch out for tonight, and that's a great start for him. Good carry on the outside zone, gets a beat out on the outside, Safety comes down, makes the tackle, but still a good play for the star running back. And then we'll see what they have cooking up here on this next first down. Don't be surprised if they try to go deep here. Again, they went pass and run, so they seem to be, already well balanced to start off this game. And that's what you want to have in a good offense, is to be able to pass and run the ball.
Fresh set of downs for the Hawks. Curry will take the snap and give again to Williams, who will bounce out left looking for the sideline, and he has a first down. Tries to go up over the top of the defender. Unsuccessfully brought down at the 15-yard line.
I mean, he quite literally turned into a flying hawk right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he tried to, you usually see, you see that quite often at the collegiate level and the professional level, where you always try to make those special plays, but it just didn't work out there. He had two defenders right in front of him, but still another good gain and another great run on the outside.
Back-to-back first down carries for Williams, already filling up the stat sheet.
And the Scorpions haven't really been sending a lot of pressure. They've sent 3-4 guys so far. If they want to be able to stop the Hawks offense and take them down to the ground, they got to be able to send some pressure.
Curry remains in the gun. He'll take the snap and drop to throw. Under heavy duress, he's going to have to throw that one away. On cue, as you said, Scorpions' defensive front wasn't really getting after it. They said, take this, Ethan.
Yep, there you go. And there's Jalen Grant there on the outside blitz, linebacker in his second season, and 5'10", 231, so he is huge for his height. He got a lot of pressure there on the outside, one-on-one.
During our pregame meeting with Coach Lewis, he was talking a lot about his defensive front. He named two guys in particular, Joseph Merchant and Tali Mafu. Can you tell us a little bit about those guys?
I mean, they're supposed to be getting quite a bit of name calls tonight. But, again, it's all about execution. They're both really good on this defense for the Scorpions. But two guys can't do it all. All 11 guys need to show up.
Curry, snap over his head. Great athletic play there, and Williams will grab it from him and save a potential turnover there in the red zone for the Hawks.
What a wacky play. I mean, a good save by Curry, though. It almost went directly over his head, but then it bounces right into the running back's hands, number 6, Jared Williams, and he stood there like, wait, what do I do with this? And just trying to make something out of nothing. Couldn't really get a whole lot there, but hey, for the Scorpions, that's a win for you. Now you set up a third down.
So that'll make it third down and about 12 for the Hawks in the red zone here.
Carson Lewis, number 5 for the Scorpions, is the only high safety right now, so he has a lot of pressure on him in the red zone.
Trips to the right side of the line of scrimmage for the Hawks. Curry out of the gun. Another miscue on the snap, but he's able to pick it up, rolling right, looking for the sideline, and he's just going to have to run out of bounds. Another broken play due to a snap for the Hawks.
We'll see what the penalty is here. It looks like it might be a false start just because of the delay of the snap and how low it was.
Yeah, there he is. And then you're going to zoom in on him.
And once again, if you're the Scorpions, that's another win for you guys. Another penalty potentially on the offense here to set them back. But it doesn't look like the ball's going to be moved at all. We'll see.
Right, we have 5 men in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty, that's penalty.
Well, it was called a false start on the play. And now we're going to have here, still in the red zone. Looks like at the 17-yard line, they're going 3-by-1 here. Tie end on the outside.
There is trips to the right side of the line of scrimmage for the Hawks. And Curry remains in the gun as he has this entire possession. He's going to roll to the right, looking to throw, looking end zone. And it's caught. Did he get his feet in bounds? Incomplete pass. Ref said he did not maintain in bounds. And that was Christian Harvey, the intended target for the Hawks.
That's crazy. So they called where they got the penalty, They called the same exact play here, a play-action rollout to the outside, and he tried to go to Harvey right there. And it's a good throw, good catch. He just couldn't keep his feet in bounds. It's so hard to do that on the outside boundaries, especially when you're just entering college or don't have a whole lot of experience with that. It'll come over time, but it sucks that an opportunity has been wasted now, resulting in no points, and now the Scorpions' offense comes out.
Yeah, so it was a turnover on downs for the Hawks, and the Scorpions will take over behind their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Marquez Smith, who is met by a host of defenders at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there you go. Amari Robinson, somebody we want to talk about, and he plays running back and linebacker. He was there on the tackle. He's actually a West Point bounce back, and he's one of the players that we have for scouts, or that he has for scouts tonight for Division I and Division II. He actually recently earned a Division II offer, and he's in 5 talks with different schools right now for Division I offers. Very impressive.
Amari Robinson, yeah, he's an absolute stud. Single back behind the quarterback, and it's going to be another give to Smith, who is met right at the line of scrimmage by that strong Gila River Hawks front.
The Hawks came soaring down and absolutely plummeted all A, B, and C gaps. They had nowhere to go. If they want to win this game, the Scorpions, the line of scrimmage is going to be something they have to be able to move around. If they can't do that, it's going to be a long night for them.
Indeed, it will be.
Yeah, you can't even name an individual player on that last play because all 7 of the front 7 was there to make that tackle.
Gila River showing a man concept here on 3rd and 10. Bean is going to take the snap and drop to throw. Under heavy duress, going to have to escape the pocket. And he's going to pull it down and run with it. Can he reach the chains? And he has. First down, Scorpions.
Nice heads-up play by QB1 right there. He did get pressured a little bit by number 15, Austin Thomas Brantley. He got the pressure, but just couldn't make the tackle, forcing QB1 to scroll out, and fight his way for a first down.
Bean is in the gun on 1st and 10 for the Scorpions. Going to send a man in motion, but they will give it up the middle to Smith, who is fighting for yards, but there are too many Hawk defenders at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Scorpions got away with one right there because that was a fumble right there, but they blew the play dead just before he got down, and that's the 3rd inside run play that they try to run, and they got stuffed up the middle. So in order for them now to get their run game going, they've got to be able to bounce to the outside. That's what when I was at the game last night for the champions, that's what the Jackrabbits did. They tried to run up the middle, but then bounce to the outside, and it started working. So the Scorpions, it looks like they're going to have to start doing that now.
Bean remains in the gun for the Scorpions here on 2nd and 9. Low snap picked up by Bean, and Smith loses the football, recovered by Bean, and just a broken play there for the Scorpions.
Poor Bean. The ball was bouncing around like a bean right there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's the run game starting off poorly right now. And Bean is doing what he can to make sure to move the ball down the field. And now you're set up on 3rd and long, and the fans are getting rowdy just below us for the Hawks. So every 3rd down, I always say, deep over the middle. When in 3rd and long, it's usually open in between 2 safeties, and that's what they're giving. They're actually showing one high safety, the Hawks right here, number 13, Ivan Barron, for the high spot. So we'll see if they test that top side.
The Scorpions just completed a 3rd and long, and they will try again here. Bean on the move, gets it off, and that ball is incomplete. Intended for Caven Grant Jr. along the sideline, but there was a flag in the offensive backfield.
And this D-line has been fun to watch so far in this first quarter. I love it. I'm a defensive-minded guy, so for me, I always love seeing defensive guys make plays, and obviously everybody else too. But this defensive line for the Hawks is flying around everywhere. There was a flag on the play, and they're going to mark it at the 29-yard line. It looks like the punt unit's coming on.
And we will see a punt from the Scorpions on their first possession. Christian Harvey is back deep for the Hawks to receive this punt.
Well, Harvey had that good kickoff return at the beginning of the game. So
almost broke that one loose for a touchdown.
Exactly. So we'll see if he gets another opportunity here to make room on the punt return.
Hawks showing pressure on the punt, and the snap is bobbled. And it's going to be a turnover on downs at the 15-yard line, so the Hawks will take over in the red zone.
That was a bad snap right there. Diego Cardenas there about to make the punt, and it just went off his left hand and under the ground. And I don't blame him for dropping to the ground, because if he tried to kick that ball, it was going to get blocked, and he could have seriously gotten hurt on that play. But still, another bad mistake by the Scorpions, and now you put your defense in a really tough spot against the Hawks offense.
So the Gila River Hawks will get a second chance here in the red zone, the first time resulting in a turnover on downs.
And they're coming out in their 3-by-1 again. They've been consistently running this all season long, and it's been pretty effective for them.
Curry is in the gun with Williams to his right. And it's a quick pass out to the left. And a big hit along the sideline after a gain of about 7.
Good screen to the outside there. It's a short gain, but it sets you up second and manageable. This is now where you can start to open up the pass game a little bit more, potentially get a screen play called here. It's always nice to get those short gains on first down so that you can open up the playbook a little more. See what coach is drawing up today.
Staying ahead of the chains, as you said, on first down is so important for every offense. Instead of looking at a, say, 2nd and 10, if you try to run it there or run it up the middle or an incompletion, you're looking now at 2nd and 5.
Right.
Second and 5 for the Hawks here in the red zone. Curry remains in the gun. He'll take the snap. Blitz coming off the right. He's going to throw the fade ball to the end zone, and it's caught. Thomas Ortega with the touchdown.
6 feet, 185 pounds from Vista Grande for his high school, and he's from Casa Grande. My gosh, what a catch. I mean, seriously, the throw from Dylan Curry there, it couldn't have been any better. You test the one-on-one coverage on a blitz. The corner had him locked up one-on-one, but once he came up for the ball, came right back down with it. Take advantage of the height right there.
Yeah, as you said, what a throw there from Curry. And great job there from Ortega to high point that, come down with it, and secure for the touchdown. It looks like the Hawks are going to go for it here after their first score.
Well, they're feeling confident. Now that they've got the first points on the board, they're going to get aggressive.
And I know head coach Larry Kane was super confident coming into this game. He was talking about how they have tough opponents the next 2 weeks, and he said they want to use tonight as a tune-up game against Salt River. And we will see the whole defensive line false start there.
Yeah, they're calling an encroachment on the defense there, and like you mentioned, the entire defensive line just busted right through, but the ball didn't move. As a defense, you have to watch the ball. If the ball doesn't move, you don't move. If the ball moves, you move.
I always thought about it, too. When you have the big guys jumping off sides inside the tackles, you're right, and the ball's right in front of you.
Right.
The snap to Curry, and he's going to drop to pass, looking for the outside, and it's incomplete. Williams wanted a flag there, but didn't get one for the pass interference.
Good coverage by Jeremiah Bustillos right there, linebacker number 9, 5'10", 200 pounds from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I mean, the route was there, but it was kind of draped all over at the same time. So they took the gamble, didn't pay off. But there's always other opportunities in this game. And let's see how the Scorpions respond.
So it is the Gila River Hawks that jump out to an early first quarter lead here, 6-0 after failing to convert on the 2-point conversion attempt. And the Scorpions offense will come back onto the field after the kick.
Before we get the kickoff going, I want to give a special shout out tonight that our staff told us about. Was number 59, Nathaniel Ferguson, for the Hawks. It's his 19th birthday today, so I just want to say happy birthday from the Varsity Sports Show, Nathaniel Ferguson. I hope that this game turns out well for you, and let's make it a good night for him.
I saw Ferguson making some plays there on the defensive line in the last possession as well.
Yeah, it must be the birthday luck.
And Nathaniel Ferguson is a big kid. He's 6'3", 265 pounds. And it's an onside kick from the Hawks. Almost like a quick kick there. Heads up play by the Scorpions to be able to jump on it at midfield, but I have never seen that before.
What the heck just happened? We were just looking at the rosters, and then I heard you call it, and I look up, and I'm like, wait a minute, all the Hawks are right behind each other. That's an interesting onside kick called there, and man, they are really being aggressive so far in this game.
Yeah, because in a lot of today's football, you see the huddle break and then the kick comes after. But a little trickery there. Kicked it from the huddle.
I love high school football in that manner. You can do a little bit more when it comes to creativity on trick plays like that.
Bean is back in the gun for the Scorpions as they take over, and he's going to drop to pass. Going to have to step up in the pocket. And he's going to pull it down and run with it. Spin move there. But he's unable to get out of the grasp of Amir Robinson, who brings him down after a gain of 5.
Well, now you have a couple runs from Bean from the outside. And now you're thinking as the Hawks defense, do we need to put a QB spy out every so often? Because the thing about mobile quarterbacks is if they stand in the pocket for too long, they get uncomfortable and they're going to run.
Right.
They're going to run and take off for yards. So if the Hawks want to contain Bean, got to have somebody having eyes on them.
Especially when you have a good linebacker core like the Hawks. That's something you're able to do.
Right.
Marquez directly behind Bean, and he's going to fake the give and toss to the outside. And he's dropped after a short gain of 2. And that was Johnny Machado on the carry.
It was a good play by the Hawks right there, one-on-one on the outside, and able to slam him down for only a gain of 1. And I like the offensive play call there. It reminded me of how Army ran their offense last season with all the motion of the running backs and tight ends and fake jet sweeps and tosses back to the other fullbacks. And it's crazy, but that play reminded me of their playbook a little bit.
I apologize. That was actually Fernando Ramirez on the carry. 3rd and short here for the Scorpions. Bean is operating out of the gun, and he's going to look to pass. Throws it over the head of his intended target, Ronald Giletti Jr., to bring up 4th down.
Birthday boy Nathaniel Ferguson there on the pressure. He got the one-on-one matchup with the left guard right there. Made a swim move and got the pressure and forced Bean to throw it too high and incomplete. That's the first slice of cake served to him.
That's a good one. First slice of cake.
You like that?
I like that one.
Once I heard it was his birthday, I was like,
you had it locked and loaded?
Got to come up with something special
Yeah.
for him.
And Ferguson, like we said earlier, he's 6'3", so great play there to force the high pass. 4th and 2 for the Scorpions. Smith behind Bean.
Watching the hard count.
Motion coming across the line of scrimmage, and Bean's going to keep it on the triple option. What a play! Blown up in the backfield by Cisco Morales is going to force a turnover on downs.
Nice play by Cisco Morales right there. He completely contained the outside. He saw the play coming from a mile away. Probably more than that, honestly. 5'9", 180 from Tucson, Arizona, Chola High School. That was a really good play overall from him. One of the best plays he's had all season. And I know it may not seem like a lot, but a 4th down stop containing 2 different players on a QB option.
On a great open field tackle as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to make those plays, and a lot of people don't realize that.
So the Gila River Hawks will now take over possession at their own 43-yard line.
Keep an eye out for Trey Fox on this drive, number 77 for the Scorpions. He's only 5'9", but 245 pounds, but he is quick off that edge.
Trips to the left side of the line of scrimmage for the Hawks. Snap to Curry. And he's looking long. He's got a step or two. 10-5, touchdown. Thomas Ortega with his second touchdown of the night. This time, one of more than 50 yards.
Oh, he absolutely cooked Jeremiah Evans right there. Linebacker, wide receiver matchup right there. Like 95% of the time, the wide receiver is going to win on that play, and they took the advantage right there. Well, it looks like the play's going to be coming back, actually.
Oh, they say he stepped out of bounds along the sideline.
Oh, wow, they took a big touchdown away from him for that. Wow.
Wow. Boos raining in from the home crowd here.
Oh, I think they're getting it confused because Jeremiah Evans stepped out of bounds when trying to make the tackle, but I didn't see Ortega step out at all. That's an interesting call. Well, either way, though, they still get a solid gain on the play, and now they're going to be down at the 22-yard line.
And we'll see a Gila River Hawks timeout here. We're going to be back after a message from our sponsors.
HJCAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, HJCAC has you covered. Call HJCAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School here in Phoenix, Arizona. The Gila River Hawks just inside the red zone at the 22-yard line after the massive catch and run by Thomas Ortega.
Kind of wish it was a touchdown for him, honestly.
Yeah, that was an electric touchdown, but oh well. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Curry and Williams share the backfield for Gila River. They're going to give on the toss back to Ortega, coming across to the left side, and he'll be taken down after a short gain of just 1.
Well, they go right back to the guy who that got the touchdown taken away from him, Thomas Ortega, on the jet sweep. Couldn't really get the blocks on the outside, and the Scorpions swarmed in on that and busted right through the blocks right there. And for jet sweeps to go around like that, it's super hard to develop those blocks. So they've got to be able to, the receivers on the outside got to get aggressive and got to be able to push the defensive backs back.
Especially if you're running those plays and there's like a crack concept. You have to come down as a wide receiver and you got to get in front. It's a tough play to make. 3 receivers to the left side of the line of scrimmage for the Hawks. Christian Harvey is the lone receiver on the right side. Snap to Curry. He's going to drop to throw, looking for Harvey over the middle, and it's picked off by the Scorpions. What a play in the secondary there. He'll bring it out towards his own 15-yard line, and the Scorpions will take over on offense.
What a great play by the safety right there. I believe that's number 7, Ronald Giletti Jr. He also plays wide receiver, 6'1", 175, also from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And he got the one-on-one matchup with Harvey, came down for the support and picked it off. So we've had a couple of turnovers tonight, turnover on downs, and now an interception. I mean, even though it felt like it's all Hawks, I mean, both offenses now have made critical mistakes.
Yeah, Curry saw the one-on-one matchup with Harvey, and he tested the waters, ends up in an interception. Being out of the gun for the Scorpions here on 1st and 10. And they're going to run it with Bean on a designed run up the middle. And he'll gain about 5.
Yeah, Bean had the choice to toss it back. I'm surprised he didn't there because he had his running back, number 21, Fernando Ramirez, there open for a potentially bigger gain there, but decided to keep him for himself and get a solid gain there. Now it sets up second and manageable once again.
2nd and 5 here for the Salt River Scorpions. 2 receivers to each side of the line of scrimmage. They're going to send Ramirez in motion and give it to him on the sweep. And a short gain. My apologies, he was dropped in the backfield to make it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they can't get any run room on the line of scrimmage so far. If they're going to do that and try to find a way to adjust, maybe add in another tight end, add one of the running backs in front and to get that extra lead block, because the O-line can't do it. Sometimes some O-lines can't do it all themselves. They've got to have a little extra support. Maybe that's what they need the Scorpions to do in order to get their run game going.
Giletti is in a one-on-one matchup against Sergio Madrid, but there is a false start, and that might have been on Giletti, as I was highlighting their one-on-one matchup there.
Yeah, there you go. And also motion from, Giletti Jr. I thought you were talking about somebody else there, but, I mean, either way, now the Scorpions are backing up into their own, really deep into their own area at the 11-yard line. And here we go, 3rd and long. Let's see what they have cooking up here.
3rd and about 12 for the Scorpions, as this home crowd, Gila River home crowd, is letting them hear it. And we've seen Salt River already convert on 2 3rd and longs, so we'll see if they can keep it going.
So a matchup to watch out for right now is Dre McKnight, number 9 for the Scorpions, number 14, Sergio Madrid, wide receiver and defensive back out there for the Hawks. That's going to be the matchup right now.
Bean is operating out of the gun. He'll catch the snap and look to throw. Under duress, he's going to roam right, and he's throwing downfield over the middle for Grant Jr., and we're going to see a penalty flag come in, and that's going to be defensive pass interference.
That one will be, but we'll see what the first penalty is here. It could be holding on the Scorpions. We might have a redo on downs here.
Yeah, as you said, 2 penalty flags came out there on that 3rd down play for the Scorpions. One we know for sure was a defensive pass interference, but
without a doubt. Yeah, they're bringing the play back, so it looks like it's going to be a reset for the play. Give credit to Bean, though, man. He escaped from the pocket and threw it cross-body and almost completing that. My goodness. It's really hard to make those kind of throws.
And Richard Bean has shown some great athleticism. He's 6'2", 230 pounds, and he's an accurate passer when he gets on the run.
Heck, I don't know about you, but I can't even throw the football 5 yards, throwing in the right form forward, let alone cross body like that. That takes some really good athleticism, like you mentioned.
And we're going to get a Gila River timeout. And while we take a break on the field, we will hear from our sponsors.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School for the HJCAC Game of the Week. As we start the second quarter, the Scorpions have it 3rd and 11 in their own territory. Bean's going to drop to throw, moving around the pocket. And he's going to attempt to step up there, but he's dropped by Amir Robinson in the backfield.
That's crazy because Bean was about to throw the ball, and then he felt Amir Robinson's presence and said, uh-oh, and just dropped right to the ground. And now that's forcing the Scorpions to punt deep in their own territory.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if Bean was going for, if he was going to throw it there, if he was maybe trying to fake Robinson out with the pump fake and then pull it down and run. But Amir Robinson, the West Point bounce back with a great play.
Probably a smart decision for Bean to just take the sack there. You don't want to force any kind of fumble or crazy interception, return for a touchdown or something like that. So we'll see what they have. We'll see now how the Hawks respond with another defensive stop.
So the second time we will see the Scorpions punt tonight. And he does, in fact, get this one off. It'll bounce around the 50-yard line and be picked up by Christian Harvey. Makes a move towards his own sideline, and he's got a lot of room and a lot of blockers. And there he goes, untouched, into the end zone. Eric Washington with the punt return touchdown.
They flew like a V formation right there. There was an entire wall of Hawks coming straight through to lead Harvey all the way to the end zone. Again, he had a good kickoff return to start the game, and here he is with a punt return touchdown. My goodness, it's so hard to get an entire 11-man squad to go out there and get some kind of special teams touchdown. What a play by this Hawks unit.
I actually misspoke before he received the punt. That was actually Eric Washington, wide receiver out of Trevor G. Brown High School here in Arizona.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes. Yeah, that was Washington, actually. Either way, though, great return.
Great return,
overall.
yeah.
So now they have two special returners in Harvey and Washington.
Exactly. A little bit of miscommunication here as Jay Soto runs on the field a bit late, but we are going to see another 2-point attempt from the Hawks.
Harvey one-on-one outside again.
That is the matchup to watch here next to the goal line. And there was a movement on both sides. Interesting to see where the call comes here.
Well, the Scorpions moved first, and then Harvey moved, but they're going to call a false start on the Hawks here. So now they get backed up 5 yards. But it wouldn't surprise me if they still go for it here.
Yeah. Even, I mean, that might be kind of preferred here with how pass-heavy the Hawks are. Give yourself a little bit of breathing room. Those DBs, you know, they got some more field to try to cover here. So here we go. Attempt number 2 for the Gila River Hawks on this 2-point conversion. And as you said, Christian Harvey at the bottom in a one-on-one matchup. Curry is going to step up in the pocket, evading pressure. He's going to get it off, and that one's just going to be incomplete. Curry under heavy duress, forced to run around and get rid of that one. 0 for 2 on 2-point attempts tonight are the Gila River Hawks.
And those 2 points, or those 2 conversions, might be a difference of this game if the Scorpions can come back. Good pressure by the defensive line overall and good containment. And honestly, you got to give credit to Curry right there for just making room to run outside the pocket.
Tomasa Perez is our field correspondent tonight, and we're going to send it down to her for a few words.
Hello, Varsity Sports. I'm Tomas Perez. We're here at Arcadia with the Gila River Hawks taking on Salt River Scorpions. Second quarter just started. Number 5, Eric Washington, just scored a touchdown, leading the score 12-0. Both teams are doing really well offensively and defensively, so let's see where else this game goes.
As Tomasa said, both teams looking pretty good, but it is the Gila River Hawks who had their latest score coming from Eric Washington on a punt return touchdown. They're going to kick it, and that is Grant Jr. on the reception. He's going to fight for the sideline, break a tackle, but he's brought down at the 30-yard line. And there are multiple penalty markers on the field.
And we'll see if this goes one way or the other. Either way, the Scorpions have got to find a way to respond. Now you're down 12-0, giving up a special teams touchdown, offensive touchdown, and you avoided earlier giving up a deep touchdown to Ortega back there. So it could be worse, but you don't want it to get worse if you're the Scorpions.
Yeah. Salt River needing to respond here in a big way.
And the penalty, speaking of which, is on the Scorpions, and they're going to back up even farther to the 21-yard line.
So after the tough return from Grant Jr., Salt River taking over at their 21-yard line due to a penalty. Lots of field here ahead of the Scorpions.
Wouldn't be surprised if you send a blitz right here for the Hawks. Send in Travonta Hadley right here up the middle. He's creeping up.
And here's the snap to Bean. He's going to drop to throw. Looking deep, and he had Grant Jr. wide open at the 40-yard line for a Scorpion first down.
And the chains move, and oh boy, he got really lucky that the Hawks defense got lucky that it was a low throw, because if that was over the top, over the shoulder, he was gone. There was nobody else around. Their zone defense got sliced up right there.
Yeah, if Bean picks that ball up just a little bit, that's an 80-yard touchdown for the Scorpions.
Oh boy.
Bean operating out of the gun with Smith to his left. Low snap. Going to drop to throw, and that is caught by Giletti Jr. to make it 2nd and 4.
I was actually going to mention Cisco Morales there on the coverage, number 24 for the Hawks, 5'9", 180 from Tucson. He was there for the taking, but the problem is they called zone coverage on back-to-back plays, and usually when zone coverage is called, the short pass plays over the middle are right there, and now the Scorpions are just taking what the defense is giving them.
Bean out of the gun, going to catch the snap and drop to throw. He's looking over the middle and in and out of the hands of Dre McKnight.
Opportunity right there for Dre McKnight to make a play. Went right to the hands. It was a little high, but still catchable, and he dropped it. And he was lucky, too, that Hadley was right there. Could have picked it off on the tip drill.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Salt River Scorpions.
The Hawks have sent a lot of pressure on 3rd down consistently. So watch for 1, if not 2 linebackers here on the blitz, potential cover 0 matchup.
Salt River is 2 for 3 on 3rd down conversions tonight. All of those coming from 10+. This one from 3. They'll give to Smith up the middle, and he has the first down. He'll bring it out to the 50 to move the chains.
Good play call on 3rd down and short to get the gain there, but it really surprises me how often defenders go after blockers instead of the ball carrier. The linebackers had an opportunity to bust through the B gap that was wide open, and instead they went for the center and left guard, who were in the complete opposite direction of the running back. So a little miscue there, but either way, the chains move for the Scorpions.
Indeed they do. 1st and 10 here for Salt River. Smith coming in motion to the other side of Bean, and he'll drop to throw. Looking over the middle. Intended target was Giletti Jr., but it falls incomplete.
With Yvonne Barron on the coverage, and the ref had to be careful there too, because the ball went right to him, and his eyes went wide as he had to get low right there in order to avoid getting hit in the face by the football. You don't want to get hit by those things. That's scary.
Last night, out at Desert Mountain High School when they hosted Chaparral, we learned that officiating is not a very safe thing. One of the officials actually got hit by a couple of the players on a pass.
Ouch.
It had to hurt.
especially with all the equipment they're wearing.
2 men come in motion and just a broken play there. And there's going to be lots of penalty flags on the field.
I don't know who
I-
was supposed to get the ball there.
I'm assuming we're just going to see some sort of illegal formation, and we will against Salt River. And that'll make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, definitely only one receiver was supposed to go in motion there. So, yeah, they called it 2 illegal motion penalties on on the Scorpions. So, miscommunication on both outside receivers there.
That penalty was actually declined. Gila River was happy with how the play ended up. So it's going to be 3rd down once again for the Scorpions, this one from 12 yards out. Bean's going to look to throw. He's going to throw the short route over the middle, and he breaks the tackle, and he gets the first down. Dre McKnight redeems himself after the drop earlier and picks up a massive first down.
Took the words right out of my mouth there. I was going to say McKnight. Yeah, he redeemed himself right there. Draw pass, catches it for a good game right there as the Scorpions go hurry up.
Up tempo here for Salt River, and Bean's going to look to throw again. He's going to have to step up in the pocket, and he's going to pull it down and run. I think he might have been past the line of scrimmage there. Intended for McKnight again, but that one was incomplete.
Got a penalty marker as well.
And it's a holding call against the Scorpions.
Again, it's the small mistakes that are getting in their way from scoring, which is offense. I mean, that's where most of the penalties are happening tonight, is on the offensive side of the ball. It's been a big problem with this Scorpions unit overall. Offense, defense, special teams is penalties. They got to clean up those small little errors because every yard matters in the sport of football.
Exactly. So that adds 10 yards to make it 2nd and 20 now for the Salt River Scorpions.
Well, the Hawks sent a blitz on the last play, so may as well call play action because most likely they're not going to blitz here.
Grant Jr. comes in motion across the line of scrimmage, but they'll give. Oh, no, they faked the give, and Bean kept it himself. Picked up 1 on the play.
Yeah, not the best play call there on 2nd down, especially long. I mean, you want to try and set up with a medium pass to make it 3rd and manageable, and now here you are in a 3rd and long again tonight, forcing them to go deep or call a screen pass.
Yeah, and so now it's 3rd and 19 for the Scorpions.
With 9:20 to go.
Can we see some more 3rd down magic from Salt River here?
Hawks with 1 high safety once again. They've been playing man all night.
Bean is going to look to throw. And he's looking towards the sideline, and that's Grant Jr., but the big hit forces the incompletion.
Well, they got the matchup they wanted, and instead of man, they disguised it as man and went into zone coverage there. It was a cover 3, and it's very surprising that, not very surprising, excuse me, they went with the post route right to the receiver, but ends up dropping the ball and finished off with a massive hit. Ouch.
Yeah, that was a great pass from Bean. But the big hit from Ivan Barone, the 2nd-year safety for the Gila River Hawks, forces the incompletion. So we're going to see Salt River punt now on 4th and 19, and another dismantled snap, but he barely gets the punt away. And the ball will be dead at the 27-yard line for Gila River to take over.
That was Diego Cardenas there on the punt. And he's been having some struggles tonight. And on the last punt that he gave up, that he kicked off, that got returned for a touchdown, he actually got hit a little bit in the lower leg and was down for a bit. It's nice to see him back out there, but then right there on that punt, he actually slipped on the way of the kick. He kicked the punt and then slipped and landed right on his butt, but thankfully he got up again. Hopefully the turf monster doesn't get him again.
Yeah, was just able to get that one off. Here comes Dylan Curry and company. Damian Gallego. My apologies. Jared Williams is going to be in the backfield with him, but before the snap, there will be a ton of penalty flags, and it's a false start against Gila River.
Oh, good Lord, these false start penalties for both teams tonight. My goodness. They're both so excited to get the play off and try to get some big play down the field. But again, keep your composure. Keep your composure, because when you do that, great things happen for you on the offensive side of the ball.
Especially Gila River, we've seen them have explosive plays, not just on offense, but special teams as well.
Exactly. So now we got number 3. It looks like number 3 on the outside, Eric Washington, lined up more one-on-one now. After that punt return touchdown, they seem to be wanting to line him up in the offense more tonight.
Curry is going to drop to throw under heavy duress, and he's going to get sacked in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Number 37, Gabriel Rodriguez there on the sack. 6'1", 220, Peoria High School, from Peoria. There you go. Again, he one-on-one matchup once again, and he was able to make the swim move back inside and get the sack and wrap up for a loss. And now that forces second and a little bit longer than 10. I don't know if you got that whiff of food right there. I smell something really good coming from
I
the
know.
somewhere.
I heard there's a food truck or something directly behind us, and man, I can't get it out of my nose.
Man, it's making me hungry right now. And so is this defensive line for the Scorpions showing up.
Dylan Curry is going to drop to throw, and he has Harvey along the sideline, who got a good gain there on second down, and that's going to make it third and a lot more manageable.
Yeah, definitely a little bit better. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 7 here, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, good solid gain to make it 3rd and manageable on the outside. You went back to the outside. Well, you went to the outside. Go back to it. Why not? Get the one-on-one matchups with your receivers and go attack downfield.
Yeah, all 4 of these Gila River receivers have all made big plays tonight individually. I would love to see Gila River attacking the Salt River secondary, and they're going to as Curry drops the throw. He's forced to move out of the pocket, but it's caught. What a play from Dylan Curry to improvise and get it to Thomas Ortega there for the first down.
The Scorpions sent a delayed blitz right there with number 49, Jalen Grant. He actually stopped. He hesitated. He took a step, stopped, and then went. And that forced Curry to the outside. He wasn't expecting it, but still rolled outside the pocket, threw on his back foot, able to make a good throw to the boundary marker. And here we are, them going into Scorpion territory.
1st and 10. Peyton Parrish, the Gila River tight end, just trotted on the field, so we could see a heavy set from the Hawks here.
You got to give credit to the Hawks, too. We were looking at their pregame warm-up, and we realized their offensive line and defensive line depth is massive.
They have a very big offensive line.
Especially number 72, Josu Solis. Hopefully I said that correctly. He's 320 pounds there at left tackle. Oh, my.
Trips formation to the left. Curry's going to drop to throw. Looking right, but he'll just be forced to throw that one away. I believe that might have been a broken screen pass play call. Not sure what was going on there from the Gila River offense.
Yeah, it looked like a broken screen pass on the right side, but there was nobody really to throw the ball to because there were 3 defensive linemen for the Scorpions coming in to spread out their poison. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was a good play by Curry to just throw the ball away and live another down.
Under 6 minutes here remaining in the second quarter. Curry and Williams in the backfield for the Hawks. And they're going to give to Williams running right. Tries to break 1 tackle, but there's 2 more tacklers there to bring him down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jalen Grant was on him again. He just told him, get off me. But then 3 other Scorpions came in and smacked him back down to reality. And now you have 3rd down here, long again. Well, not long, but 3rd and 10 here. And we'll see how they're going to be able to spread the ball around.
Passing situation here for the Hawks, which I don't mind. I like their passing offense. It's fun to watch.
It's been really fun to watch. Their receivers have been able to get down the field very quickly. It's just about getting the ball out faster.
Harvey and Giletti in another one-on-one matchup towards the bottom of your screen there. Giletti with the interception earlier in the game. Curry will drop to throw on 3rd and long. Forced out right. And he's going to aim towards the sideline. Overthrown a little bit, just outside of reach from his target, Thomas Ortega.
A very similar play, almost replicated 3 to 4 plays ago, where Curry rolls outside and tries to throw it to Ortega for the sideline. He just throws it too far out of bounds because of the instant pressure, especially for number 37, Gabriel Rodriguez, again on the outside blitz. He got instant pressure on left tackle number 72, Solis. I mean, Solis is good. I mean, he's been a solid left tackle for them, but tonight he's been struggling a little bit.
Timeout from the Gila River Hawks with 4:55 remaining. During the break on the field, we'll go to the break on our broadcast and hear a word from our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Andrew Neeram, a junior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm excited to show the Varsity Sports Show everything that I can offer on any side of production as I express my love for this business throughout the fall of 2025.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School here for our HJCAC Game of the Week. The Gila River Hawks took a timeout when their punt team was on the field, but their offense is back for a 4th down and 10, and we will get plenty of penalties pre-snap.
All these penalties tonight, my goodness, it's been crazy just to see, especially on 3rd and 4th down, because that's where you feel the most pressure. And with the flags coming out, it just tells the defense, ooh, okay, you're a little scared, huh? We want that.
Despite the penalty that made it 4th and 15, the Gila River Hawks offense is staying on the field. Curry drops to throw on 4th and long. Heavy pressure in the backfield, and it's picked off. Throw it right to the defender, and he's going to be pushed. Oh, no, he's still on his feet. Inside the 15-yard line. The Scorpions are going to take over on downs.
The guy who made the ultimate play was Gabriel Rodriguez on Solis. Oh, man, he has just been torching him on that left side, and he got the pressure, got Curry to throw the ball, gets picked off, and returned into the red zone of the Hawks. And now if you're the Scorpions, take advantage of this opportunity that you've been given and try and go into halftime with hopefully some points.
Very risky play call there from Coach Kane to go for it on 4th and 15 inside your own territory. And that's why sometimes it's just better to play it safe, because the Scorpions now have it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line after the interception. Bean's going to give to Smith, running left, working towards the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds to make it 2nd down.
Hey, you don't want to get too aggressive and score almost instantly. I mean, scoring quickly, yes, that's obviously a great thing to do. But when it comes to the offensive game plan right now, you want to be able to keep the defense out there and tire them out. That's the key to winning a game, is if you can tire out a defense physically and keep them on the field, you're going to win this game.
Salt River inside the red zone is going to give to Smith again. And after fighting for a few yards, he gets down inside of his own 5-yard line. Pardon me, inside the Gila River 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was, again, they tried to go with an inside zone run there. Didn't work out too great. And here we are again, 3rd down with 4 minutes to go. If you're the Scorpions, this is a must-pass situation. Most likely, if you're the Scorpions, call a play action here. See if you can get to one of your outside guys for a touchdown.
It is 3rd and 1 for Salt River here in the red zone. And an early snap. Bean is forced to just run it up the gut. And he has the 1st down. Does he have the end zone?
Going to mark him short.
What a play by Richard Bean. Thinking quick on his feet. Just running.
So now you're at the half-yard line. I want you to take a guess as to what they're probably going to call here.
Marquez Smith right up the gut. That'd be my play call.
Really?
Or Richard Bean.
Got to pick one or the other.
Smith.
Okay, I'll go with Bean. Wouldn't surprise me, though, if it was something completely different.
Oh, yeah. Some sort of rollout pass or something like that.
Right?
Less than 3 minutes remaining in the half. Looked to be a QB sneak there, but there were pre-snap penalty markers on the field.
The center for the Scorpions moved before he even snapped the ball. He moved, then snapped it, and Bean looked at him like, dude, come on. You got to move the ball before you move, you know?
And it was a false start against the Scorpions. So that makes things a little bit harder. They will take it now from the 6-yard line on 1st and goal.
Once again, penalties just getting in the way of the Scorpions offense from scoring.
2.5 minutes remain in this first half. As Bean is going to give to Smith, who runs left and fights for yards. Might have gained 1. And the clock will just continue to tick down here. We could see the Scorpions attempt to just take the ball into half. And it will run down to the 2-minute warning. As we take a break on the field, we will take a break in the broadcast and hear from a word from our sponsors.
Hi, my name is Carmen Liberto, and I am a senior at the Cronkite School at Arizona State University, majoring in sports journalism. Over the past few semesters, I have worked on a variety of projects that have strengthened my reporting, storytelling, and on-camera skills. My passion has always been hockey, and I hope to build a career covering the NHL, ideally as a beat writer for the Buffalo Sabres. I'm excited to continue growing as a journalist and to bring my energy and dedication to every story I tell. Stay tuned to see my work at the Varsity Show internship.
My name is Dana McDermott, and I'm a junior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. I am looking forward to the opportunity to get some hands-on experience and dip my toes into this industry. I've called water polo, softball, and I've broadcasted on the sidelines for high school football and basketball. I'm so excited for what this internship's going to give me.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School. After the 2-minute warning, it's 2nd and goal for the Salt River Scorpions. Trying to score here for the first time before half.
And they've got 3 different tailbacks back there in full house formation. I haven't seen this in a very long time.
A pistol look from the Scorpions. And they're going to give running right. End zone, touchdown, Scorpions. Fernando Ramirez on the carry. But a penalty flag came in there in the end zone.
Oh my goodness, if this is on the Scorpions.
You would hate to see a touchdown negating penalty call come after the score. The penalty is against Salt River, but the touchdown will stand. I believe the penalty will be applied to the kick.
Yeah, that's what it looks like because the touchdown still stands. Going back to that touchdown run to Ramirez, they got the blocks they wanted. They had both other running backs go to that right side and lead the way, and that's how you want to do it. We talked about it earlier, getting your running backs to bounce outside to get your run game going, and they did exactly that there. Good play call by the Scorpions.
Some trickery here coming from Salt River as they were lined up for the field goal, but now Bean is in the shotgun, but it's going to be a direct snap to the kicker. But there was penalty flags.
What in the world was that? Maybe voice crack right there. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, now we have an injury on the field here.
As the training staff takes a look at the injured player on the field, we are going to take a break in the broadcast.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Gutierrez and I'll be interning with the Varsity Sports Show this upcoming fall semester with the broadcast team. I'm a current rising junior at the Arizona State University Walter Cronkite School of Journalism studying sports journalism. During my 3 years at the Cronkite School, I've been able to cover multiple sports with the Sun Devils, including volleyball, basketball, and baseball this last spring. During my time, I've learned valuable skills both in front and behind the camera, helping expand my passion for the love of sports. I'm very excited to work with my peers this upcoming fall to not only better myself, but help better themselves to become all-around good journalists.
Hi, I'm Adam Maggard, and I'm excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team this semester. Over the next 4 months, I'll be covering high school and junior college sports across Arizona. From Friday Night Lights to heated rivalries, I'll be bringing you highlights, interviews, and the stories that make local sports so exciting. What I love most about sports is the passion, the community, and the way that every game has its own story, and I can't wait to share that with you. So be sure to follow the Varsity Sports Show all season long. It's going to be an incredible ride, and I can't wait to take you with me.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School for your HJCAC Game of the Week. Fortunate news, our injured player was able to walk off the field under his own power. You always love to see that. So penalty markers came raining down against the Scorpions on the last fake trick field goal attempt thing that they ran, but it looks like they're just going to go for the PAT this time. The snap, the kick is up, and it's good. So that'll make it 12-7 Hawks with 1:56 remaining in the half.
It's a good response finally from the Scorpions. Outside of all the penalties that they had on that drive, they had adversity and fought through all of them. Give them credit right there, man. That's the one thing that's been killing them this season is the flags. I mean, that's all they've been dreaming about. It's the nightmares that have been with them while they sleep. It's just flags thrown everywhere. And outside of that, they powered through it, and we were able to respond and made this a 5-point game.
One thing you love to see as a head coach, too, is if after the interception you go and score, you can seize momentum, you don't let it slip away. So it is now less than a one-possession game. Or it is one-possession game for the Hawks. But a score for the Scorpions can now take the lead due to the 2 missed 2-point conversions from Gila River.
Yeah, one of those penalties that we mentioned earlier is going to be enforced on the kickoff, and now they're going to be kicking from their own 20 instead of the 25.
Christian Harvey and Eric Washington are back deep to receive the kick for the Hawks, and we have seen both of those players as return men be incredibly lethal tonight.
Heck yeah, we have.
Kick is deep, and it's going to be Harvey returning it. He's going to run out past the 30, and he's going to break midfield. Dodge a defender, but the ball came loose there at the end of the play. Salt River saying that they have it, but Harvey comes up with it.
What in the emotional roller coaster just happened right there? You had two Scorpions run into each other on the back end. Harvey with the good return, but then the ball pops out. Scorpions say that they recovered it, and it looks like they did. But now we have another injury for the Scorpions.
And once again, as the athletic trainers take a peek at the injured player on the field, we are going to hear from our sponsors.
Hey everyone, I'm Jorge Anuajardo, your play-by-play broadcaster for Viva Varsity, the brand new Spanish broadcast of the Varsity Sports Show. We're here to fuel your love for the game, bring you exclusive interviews, and celebrate every play right alongside you. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Viva Varsity for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and everything happening on and off the field. This is Viva Varsity, where the game comes alive in your language.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Welcome back. So there was a lot that happened on the last kick return. There was a fumble, a couple flags, an injury. But despite the fumble, the Hawks are going to remain in possession for 1st and 10 here from the 45-yard line after the penalty.
I believe they ruled Harvey down there. That's why they have the ball still. It looked like the ball popped out before he went down, but it was also really hard for us to see. Either way, the refs rolled him down, and it's going to be Hawks ball, and they're respawning the ball here now from the 47, 46-yard line, and they're carrying it all the way now to the 25-yard line. So that's a huge momentum mover right there for the Hawks. Whoa.
So instead of starting at the 45, the Gila River Hawks are going to start in the red zone. 1st and 10 here from the Salt River 25-yard line to start the possession for Gila River.
Because the fumble happened at the 30-yard line, so it looks like they tacked on a penalty for 5 yards.
Curry is going to throw the quick pass to Washington, who makes a move in the backfield. And despite avoiding a loss, he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be that.
Ooh, we got a little nasty chirping down there. We got some physicality showing between a couple of the players, and that was number 50 for the Hawks, Jake Klovitz, with his hands up in the air saying, "Oh, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did." He had 2 scorpions up in his face, so now things are starting to get a little chirpy in a close matchup here.
Second down and 11 after the loss of 1 on the screen pass to Washington here for the Hawks. Williams to Curry's right, and he's going to drop to throw. Under heavy duress, he's moving right, looking for Ortega again over the middle, but that one is incomplete.
I felt like that wasn't necessary. I believe that was Ortega, yeah, on the deep pass attempt, right, or not attempt, excuse me, for the catch, but I felt like he didn't need to jump on that play. The ball was a little high, don't get me wrong, but if he would have waited for the ball to come to him, that was a touchdown right there. And once again, the pressure and the matchup from Gabriel Rodriguez and left tackle for the Hawks has Solis. There you go, Solis. Left tackle number 72 for the Hawks. It's been a one-on-one matchup to watch, and Martinez has just been destroying him. Rodriguez, excuse me.
Curry is operating out of the gun here on 3rd and 11, but a ton of penalty markers come in pre-snap.
False start once again by the Hawks.
So that's going to make things a lot more difficult. It'll be 3rd and 16 now for Gila River.
I think with the amount of pressure the Scorpions have been able to bring on just 4-man rushes, they're really scared of giving up an instant pressure, and they're moving too quickly. They got to take a breather, step back, not literally, but mentally take a step back and just be like, okay, we can do this. We can protect our QB1.
High snap to Curry. He's able to make the catch, and as you said, immediate pressure as he's forced to run out of the pocket, but he has a man wide open, and that's Eric Washington with the clutch catch on 3rd and 16. I believe he was just short of the first down marker, but that'll make it 4th and 1 as the clock now is going to go under 30 seconds. But we get a timeout from Gila River.
I just got to say, Ortega and Washington have both been making incredible plays tonight. And Washington on the catch right there. For him to take 2 massive hits at the same time from the Scorpions defensive backs and still hold onto the ball is pretty crazy. But again, we're seeing the struggle with the Hawks offensive line. They are not showing up right now. And there's going to be a play. I'm not trying to put it out there, but if they continue to keep that up, Curry is going to get destroyed back there in the pocket.
Yeah, Gabriel Rodriguez has been seeking havoc on Dylan Curry all night. It seems like he's just taking his speed and using it off the edge to force Curry to roll right almost every play.
Without a doubt. Especially considering that that's his blind side. You got to trust your blind side blocker as a quarterback, but if he continues to keep giving up that kind of pressure, he's going to have to say something to Coach Kane, because he doesn't want to be rolling outside constantly tonight. So let's see what they have here on 4th down. They are going to go for it.
Yep. Gila River Hawks going for it on 4th and 1, and Curry is alone in the backfield for the first time tonight. Gila River is coming out in an empty set. And the snap to Curry. He's going to throw the quick pass over the middle, and it's caught for a first down inside the 5-yard line. Jay Soto on the reception, and Gila River is going up-tempo now. Curry under center. I assume we're going to see a spike here. And he will spike it to stop the clock.
Oh, the Scorpions almost pulled off what Jalen Carter for the Eagles has been trying to do for the last 2 seasons, and that's dive under the center and try to catch the spike. 2 guys were right there trying to actually catch the ball there because Curry took a little long to take the spike. Good thing they avoided that. And on that last play for Jay Soto, good job for being able to get that gain right there. It's his first catch of the night, 6 feet, 155 from North Canyon High School and his hometown, Phoenix, Arizona. Finally, we've said his name tonight. I've been wanting him to try and get involved in this offense a little bit more just because of his size alone.
So after the spike on first down, it's now going to be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for Gila River.
Zone defense from the Scorpions.
Curry's going to drop back to pass, and he wants the fade ball. And that one is batted away. He was looking for Thomas Ortega, who has become tonight the #1 target for Gila River.
Absolutely. I mean, they got the one-on-one matchup there, but the defensive back on the coverage did a really good job of defending it overall. I believe that was Jeremiah Evans there, who's walking out the field, who made the play. 5'11", 185 from Camelback High School, Phoenix, Arizona hometown. It's been pretty good tonight. We haven't said his name a whole lot, honestly, but sometimes it's a good thing if the defense or if commentators don't really say defensive players' names. Could mean
That's true, especially defensive backs.
There you go.
3rd down and goal with 17 seconds remaining in the half as Gila River tries to score again. Curry is looking in the end zone, but he steps up in the pocket to scramble into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown, Hawks, but there are multiple penalty markers on the field.
And we do have an injury timeout here. Well, he's getting back up, actually. That was number 75 there on the ground for the Scorpions. But we'll see what the penalty markers show here, if they negate the touchdown or not.
And it is going to be a hold against the Gila River Hawks, so that'll move them back 5 yards instead of the touchdown with 11 seconds remaining in the half.
That's now the 3rd, I believe, if not 4th touchdown negated in this game by an offensive penalty. My goodness. This game could have more points right now if those penalties didn't happen. And it seemed like Curry did have a lot of room to work with there. And usually when a QB has a lot of room like that, it's either very amazing blocking by the O-line.
Or holding.
Or it's, like you said, holding too good of a block.
Yeah. So now it's 3rd and goal, but from the 15-yard line for the Hawks. Curry is going to drop to throw. Rolling right. Throwing towards the pylon, but it's just short. And he was once again looking for Ortega, but they can't connect there. An immediate pressure from the Scorpions defense. Now is Elias Ortiz, who got right in the backfield.
Yeah, those Scorpions edge rushers, man, they're like the tails of the Scorpion. They're coming up, curving, and stinging the outside tackles for the Hawks. And now it seems like on 4th down, instead of taking the field goal, they're going to go for it here.
If there's one thing we know about Coach Larry Kane, so he's going to go for it.
He's aggressive.
He is an aggressive play caller. With 6 seconds remaining in the half, Gila River's offense is going to stay on the field for 4th and goal from the 15. And Curry is going to drop to throw. Steps up in the pocket, forced left. He gets it off. End zone. Incomplete. And that's going to end the half for us.
It's interesting right there as #1 for, oh boy, that's Harvey that's hurt right now. He's limping to the sideline with his helmet off. Not a good way to end the half for the Hawks. You had an opportunity to go up by 8, but instead you go for it on 4th down. You don't get the touchdown, and Harvey is now limping. So hopefully he'll come back out in the second half and recover from how he got hurt falling to the ground.
It looked like, too, at the end of that play that Harvey was asking for a defensive pass interference call, but he didn't end up getting it.
Yeah, it looked like he either tripped over his own foot or a defender kicked the back of his leg, and usually that leads to an instant flag.
Right. Before we send it to break for the half, we're going to send it down to Tomasa Perez, our field correspondent tonight, for a word from her.
Sports show, we're back The second quarter just ended. We had a touchdown from number 21, Fernando Ramirez, for the Salt River Scorpions. Both teams are going really strong right now, offensively and defensively. The score is 12-7. Stay tuned here on Varsity Sports Show for the second half.
Is she taking us to break, or are we? We're going to go to break for halftime here at Arcadia High School in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Gila River Hawks lead the Salt River Scorpions 12-7.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohen with Varsity Sports Radio, bringing you the best that sports has to offer. This week I'll be talking about the BYU-Arizona game, which happened a couple days ago. Sadly, despite Arizona putting on a strong performance against BYU ultimately beat Arizona by a final score of 33-27 in double overtime. It certainly was a devastating loss for us, especially with me being an Arizona student. It was certainly a devastating loss. Arizona has had a long history of not doing particularly well whenever BYU comes to town. Whether we're taking on BYU in Provo or whether BYU comes to us, we generally have not had a good record against the BYU Cougars. It certainly is disappointing, as we were hoping that this would be a signature win for us, and we were certainly hoping that Arizona would finally prove once and for all that they belong in the Big 12 Conference. But certainly, there were some highlights. Noah Fafita took charge on many of the plays. Ismail Mahdi scored, as well as several other players, including Kedrick Riscano, as well as some good defensive highlights by the Arizona Wildcats defense. It certainly was a great game to watch. I certainly enjoyed every single moment of it. The environment was amazing, considering the fact that there was an hour-long rain delay in the middle. But still, despite everything that Arizona did, they still lost to BYU by a final score of 33-27. I am certainly hopeful that next week against Houston, that they will be able to bounce right back and hopefully improve the record to 5 wins. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
Bienvenidos damas y caballeros al Viva Varsity Broadcast. Me llamo Dane Palmer y hoy vamos a hablar sobre algunos esquemas defensivos en el fútbol americano. Como en la ofensiva hay diferentes estilos, formaciones y estrategias para la defensiva. Hoy vamos a enfocarnos en uno de los más comunes, la defensa 4-3. El 4-3 se usa en todos los niveles del fútbol americano y es una de las defensas más básicas y fundamentales. Se llama un 4-3 porque tiene 4 defensive linemen y 3 linebackers en el campo. Es una estructura muy balanceada que sirve tanto para detener la carrera como para defender el pase. La idea principal de este esquema es controlar los espacios o gaps que hay entre los offensive linemen. Cuando cada jugador defensivo cubre su propio espacio, debes tener un jugador en una posición de parar a la ofensiva en el aire o por la tierra. Los trabajos de los jugadores en esta defensa son por la mayor parte básicas. Los defensive linemen buscan al quarterback o al running back y mantienen su posición en los gaps. Los linebackers leen la jugada. Si la ofensiva corre, llenan los gaps. Si tiran la pelota, quedan atrás a cubrir su zona y a los receptores acerca de ellos. Otra ventaja del 4-3 es su flexibilidad, donde esta formación la defensa puede cambiar fácilmente a otras formaciones o conceptos dependiendo de qué hace la ofensiva. Por eso se le conoce como una base defense. Es el punto de empiezo para muchas estrategias diferentes en fútbol americano. Eso es todo para ahora, damas y caballeros. Gracias por escucharme. No se mueven, porque toda la acción casi va a regresar aquí en el Viva Varsity Broadcast. Otra vez, mi nombre es Dane Palmer.
Hola a todos los directivos e entrenadores de las escuelas. Soy Vince Delicio. Les presento Viva Varsity, nuestra transmisión en español del programa Varsity Sports Show. Viva Varsity acerca a las familias y aficionados hispanohablantes a la emoción de los deportes universitarios. Podremos transmitir sus deportes favoritos en español. Desde entrevistas hasta la acción en el campo, Viva Varsity conectará con sus aficionados de una manera que fortalecerá los lazos comunitarios. Disfrutan de sus deportes favoritos en español. Pidan Viva Varsity.
I am Manav Gupta, the Houston field correspondent with the Varsity Sports Show, and it's time to preview a critical Big 12 football matchup as the Arizona Wildcats, who are 4-2 with 1-2 conference record, travel to take on the 5-1 Houston Cougars in their homecoming game at 11 a.m. Central on FS1. UH has only lost to number 7 Texas Tech so far, and they've won their other 2 Big 12 games. Wildcats junior quarterback Noah Fifita received a lot of praise this week from Houston head coach Willie Fritz.
They really have a dynamic running attack, so it's a different defense than we've seen so far this year. Different style. Offensively, there's some similarities, but it all starts with the quarterback. He's good out of the pocket, very accurate when he gets outside the pocket, and then he can run it.
Fifita has over 1,500 yards passing and thrown 15 touchdowns, 4th most in Big 12. Of course, the Arizona rushing attack has multiple backs, average over 5 yards, led by senior Ishmael Mahadi. Even for Arizona, it's going to be a challenge as Houston ranks a top 5 defense in the Big 12. The Cougars offense, on the other hand, they're going to be facing a tough Arizona defense, as the Wildcats have the best passing defense in the Big 12 and they're a top 5 against the run. They also force the most interceptions and give up the fewest amount of sacks. So Cougars running back Dean Connors is someone to watch out for. He is 5th in the Big 12 in rushing. Houston's junior quarterback Connor Wigman, former 5-star quarterback, has completely changed the Houston offense. He has only 2 picks so far this year, 8 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing, but he'll have to use his weapons and wide receivers Stephon Johnson and Mari Thomas, as well as Tanner Koziel, who is one of the best tight ends in the game. This is going to be an exciting, close game here in Houston.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here, where Friday nights are filled with diesel and desperation. They're the fire, the homecoming moms, the sense that your town's fate rides on a spiral throw. But the path to glory, the one that ends in Arlington, is not a feeling. It's a formula. We talk about heart and grit, but when the non-district schedule ends and the district bell rings, everything becomes cold and math. The University Interscholastic League, the rule makers, make it brutally simple. For every major class, from 2A all the way up to 5A, the district is a 4-team tournament. And that's where the math gets tricky. Once those 4 are decided, they split into 2 brackets. Division 1 and Division 2, based on enrollment. The 2 biggest schools go to D1, the 2 smallest to D2. It's a system designed to give every school a fairer shot, creating 2 state champions for almost every class. So as the season nears its end, who's punching a ticket for 25? Look to the ones who compete for 2 top spots in their districts. You can practically book your hotel room now for Kilgore, a heavy hitter, expected to finish atop the 4A1 standings. Down south a bit, expect Woodville to contend for a top spot in 3A2, while West Sabine possesses strength to finish atop their division. The regular season is the audition. District play is when testing begins.
Hi, I'm Carmen Liberto with the Varsity Sports Show, and today I'm featuring a swimmer whose dream to always come to the United States and to continue her swimming career has been here since the year of COVID-19 and has been thriving ever since. Her name is Maya Pekar, and she is currently a sophomore at Ottawa University, still experiencing her dream.
Now Maya, how did you end up coming here since you are from Serbia?
So I was born and raised in Serbia, and my dream was always to come to the US and swim here for college or just anywhere. And my dad found this program. It was like a high school that accepts international boarding students. And so I applied, and it was pre-COVID, like 2020, it just started. I applied, and I wasn't sure if I'm going to get accepted, but I did, and I got a good scholarship for swimming. So I came here, and I graduated high school from Georgia.
How was it adjusting to kind of a really interesting part of life, especially during COVID?
It was quite hard just coming here at 14 years old, leaving my parents to a whole new continent, new country, new people, everything was just so different. And then COVID being like at that year, people were like social distancing, nobody was really outside, people were quarantining, there were masks, like it was such a different time in the world. So it was quite hard in the beginning, it was strange. But it took me a while to adjust to everything, but once I kind of got into the system, the kind of life of America, I got used to it, and I just love it now. So it's much easier.
And how does the swimming kind of compare from here than it does in Serbia?
I feel like swimming here, coaches pay attention or just like spend more time with their swimmers and really focus on their mental health, rather than in Serbia. It's just like swimming, and getting the best times and just being the fastest as they can and winning all these places. But here, coaches and as well as everybody around them just focuses not only swimming, but I guess all athletes just focus on also their mental health rather than just the sport.
And that was Ottawa's sophomore Maya Pekar, proving that dedication in and out of the pool can make waves across the world. Once again, I'm Carmen Liberto, and stay tuned for more halftime coverage is coming up with the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey principals, coaches, and athletic directors, Vince Delicio here. I want to tell you about an incredible resource for our high school sports season, Viva Varsity. Viva Varsity is the Spanish language broadcast that brings our community even closer to the action. On game days, you'll find live sports, interviews with players and coaches, and real-time score updates, all in Spanish. This is such an important way to connect with families and fans who want to follow along in their own language. Whether it's baseball, softball, track, tennis, or any spring sport, Viva Varsity makes sure no one misses out on the excitement. Schools can use Viva Varsity to celebrate their athletes, build stronger community connections, and share those memorable moments on and off the field. So this spring, let's make sure we're reaching everyone in our community with the energy, passion, and coverage that Viva Varsity provides.
Blessing Frazier reporting here for Varsity Sports, where I tell you about the first ever long jump in Times Square, a women's only track and field series. This event was organized by Athlos. This qualifying long jump event was held on October 9th, 2025 in Times Square, New York City. This took place right in front of major stores in Times Square, just like Sephora and Disney. And the Times Square portion was free to the public, first come, first serve.
All the people who are running here, you guys are amazing, bro. We want to be just like you.
Now, this event had star athletes such as Tara Davis Woodhall, an Olympic and world champion, and she took first place in this Times Square qualifying long jump with 6.81 meters. Jasmine Sawyers also came in second with 6.77 meters in qualifying, and Quenisha Burks qualified with a 6.38 meters. The winners of these events stands at roughly $60,000, and other awards such as the Tiffany Crowns instead of traditional medals were given to the winners, and a bonus of $250,000 for breaking a world record was also received. However, it wasn't about the money. The purpose was to spotlight women's field events, which historically get less visibility, and also to bring athletics into high-traffic urban settings. Now, this is only just the beginning for Athlos, but they accomplished a big feat, starting that conversation in women's sports. For Varsity Sports, my name is Blessing Frazier, reporting.
Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos a Viva Varsity. Mi nombre es Rodolfo Gómez, reportándoles sobre el mundo de los esteroides y el impacto que causa en el deporte. Los esteroides anabólicos han sido un tema controversial en el deporte por décadas. Aunque algunos atletas lo usan con la intención de mejorar su rendimiento, lo cierto es que su uso tiene consecuencias serias, tanto físicas como mentales. Por ejemplo, tomemos el deporte físico-culturismo, por la cual los atletas tienen que implementarse cantidades de esteroides para poder competir al nivel élite. Consecuentemente, muchos terminan con daños severos de salud. La necesidad de destacar, de mantener una posición y el rendimiento físico. En la actualidad, los procesos antidopaje se han convertido más rigurosos y constantes para disminuir el uso de anabólicos en los deportes. Y recordemos, cada acción tiene su consecuencia. La competencia, los contratos, el dinero o el miedo a quedarse atrás. Pero lo que muchas veces se olvida es que la salud es la verdadera riqueza. La gloria puede ser momentánea, pero la salud es la que sostiene la verdadera carrera de un atleta. En tu idioma, muchas gracias por sintonizar a Viva Varsity. Mi nombre es Rodolfo Gómez. Hasta la próxima con más noticias del deporte.
This is Reggie Wright reporting for Varsity Sports, and once again, I'm back to give you the World Cup Roundup. Tuesday marked the end of another international break, and we saw a few teams punch their tickets to next summer's World Cup. In this window, 3 different continents saw 10 countries qualify, with 7 African sides, 2 Asian sides, and a European side all securing spots. How did they do it? Let's find out. Starting in Africa, we saw a very chaotic ending to African qualifiers. Egypt qualified with a game to spare as they made easy work of Djibouti for a 3-0 win. The Pharaohs will be appearing in their 4th World Cup after missing out on the last edition in Qatar. Continuing with North African teams, Algeria also clinched a spot for next year with the game to spare after a 3-0 win against Somalia. The Fennec Foxes will make their first appearance in the World Cup since 2014. The Ivory Coast and South Africa will also see the World Cup after a long time after both teams picked up wins on the final day of the qualifiers. The Elephants will make their first appearance since 2014 as well. South Africa entered the final match day in 3rd place following a 3-point deduction, knowing that anything besides a win against Rwanda would mean elimination. But with fellow group hopefuls Benin and Nigeria breathing down their necks, Bafana remained calm and booked their place in the finals for the first time since hosting the tournament in 2010, condemning Nigeria to a playoff spot and Benin to elimination. Senegal and Ghana also cruised to qualification, picking up wins on the final day, and will be making consecutive appearances in the World Cup. And in the shock of the entirety of the qualifiers, Cape Verde, a nation of islands boasting a population the size of the city of Atlanta, clinched qualification for the first time ever, beating out the likes of Cameroon and Angola to do so. Now over in Asia, Qatar and Saudi Arabia booked their tickets to North America. 4 years on from hosting the 2022 tournament, Qatar returned to the world stage following a 2-1 win over the United Arab Emirates. Qatar will be looking to improve from the host tournament where they finished bottom of their group. And Saudi Arabia will also be making their 3rd consecutive appearance in the World Cup after a goalless draw against Iraq was enough to see them qualify. And finally, in Europe, where 8 teams could have potentially qualified in this window, only 1 team was able to do so. That 1 team was England, who clinched the spot following a 5-0 thrashing of Latvia. That's all I have for this edition of the World Cup Roundup. Reporting for Varsity Sports, I'm Reggie Wright.
HJCAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, HJCAC has you covered. Call HJCAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Good evening from Arcadia High School, where the second half is set to begin in a few minutes. My name is Devin Blankenship. Ethan Troll is joining me here on our broadcast. The Gila River Hawks currently lead the Salt River Scorpions 12-7. Ethan, what are some of your takeaways from that eventful first half that we had?
Well, like you said, it was very eventful to say the least. We had a special teams. We had a special teams touchdown by number 3 of the Hawks, Eric Washington, 55 yards to the house. And then we also had a passing touchdown or a receiving touchdown by Thomas by Thomas Ortega, number 5 of the Hawks. And so their offense has been consistent so far tonight, but again, they struggled near the end of the second quarter, and they also finished by turning it over on downs with time expiring, wasting an opportunity to go up by 8. As for the Scorpions, really rough start and a bunch of penalties that they've been struggling with all season long when it comes to discipline, but they've been battling through the adversity and they've kept themselves in this game, and they scored a rushing touchdown earlier with Ramirez on the rush. So pretty even game overall, but now we'll see. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
And that is true. As you said, Salt River's defense has really stepped up for them big time. They had, right before the half, the turnover on downs in the red zone. They also had an interception in the red zone in the first quarter. So Salt River's defense is really keeping them in it. But we are underway here in the second half as Salt River, trailing by a possession, is set to receive. And it is kicked deep, and that'll be Fernando Ramirez returning it from his own 20, bringing it out past the 30, up to the 35, bouncing off tacklers and tackled at the 37-yard line.
And look what we have here.
A penalty flag.
Man, that washer is going to be really busy tonight.
And it is against Salt River, I believe, but we are going to hear from our head ref here momentarily.
Just got to say, talk about something outside of football. The weather has been amazing the last couple of days.
It has.
And let's be honest, it's so nice that we finally have fall and winter weather again here in Arizona. The nights are cooling off now to the high 50s, low 60s, and the days are going to be in the 80s and high 70s. Time to start bringing out the blankets. Like, we have a couple of our staff members wearing hoodies tonight because they're saying they're sitting out there and they're getting the chills.
As someone from the Pacific Northwest, that's crazy that you just said that it's 70s and 80s in October and people are wearing hoodies.
Yeah,
I will never wrap my brain around that.
We're very warm-blooded out here. We are not used to cooler temps at all.
It gets me frustrated sometimes because I find myself like, man, it's kind of cold. What is it, high 60s?
No kidding.
Bean is in the gun, and he'll drop to pass on the first play from half, and it's picked off by the Hawks. And he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Gila River. Bryce Perkins with the massive interception return on the first play of the second half.
Oh, you just got momentum at the end of the first half, and you gave it all away right there. What a play from Bryce Perkins to beat his man on a slant route. 5'10", 185 from Chandler High School. Chandler, his hometown. Man, that's got to fire up the Hawks after having a sluggish end to the first half.
Gila River with a statement there to begin the second half. Yeah, and as you said, perfect read there by Perkins. Stepped right in front of that slant route and took it to the house for the Hawks.
Yeah, Perkins flew down like a hawk about ready to kill his prey. He swiped the ball out of the air. Man, you got to love it when great defensive backs like that make heads-up plays and become ball hawks. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But
right, no pun intended. I know what you were doing there. So Gila River is going to attempt another 2-point conversion. They're 0 for 2 so far tonight. And penalty markers come in. It looked like we had some Scorpions jumping off sides there, but we'll hear from our ref. So it will be a penalty against the defense. So instead of the 3-yard line, the Hawks will be attempting their 2-point conversion from the 1-yard line.
Quick whip route right here.
And another stoppage of play.
Oh, yikes.
And there's a penalty flag coming from the back judge.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to somebody tonight. Braden Lee Clary here for the Hawks. He's playing on the offensive line, but he has been kicking for them on kickoff tonight. It's funny seeing a big man like him taking such small steps to deliver powerful kicks on kickoff. You never see that.
Yeah, he must be the only member of Gila River Hawks that can actually kick, because we haven't seen them attempt a point after attempt all night.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, and there he is. The center for the Hawks is also the kicker.
He's actually been the best offensive lineman for them tonight. Even though they've given up a lot of pressure, he's been able to keep the nose tackles from getting inside the pocket.
So another attempt on the two-point conversion here as Curry drops back. He's going to have to roll to his left under heavy duress. He gets it off, and it is batted away by Gialetti in the end zone, and no flag on the play. The home stands are reining in on the refs, letting them hear it.
That's a little 50-50 right there, honestly. It was good coverage overall, but you had a little bit of contact there, but I mean, it is what it is. You got to just move on from it. Good stop by the Scorpions, but still, now you're down by 11 points in this game off of a crucial pick six. You got to bounce back if you're the offense and Bean.
Jay Soto was the intended target in the end zone there on the two-point conversion. But Gialetti with a great play at defensive back there. So now he has a pass breakup on a two-point conversion in the end zone, and he has an interception in the end zone. Gialetti playing very great tonight in the secondary.
Actually, correction, too, on Braden Lee Carey. That wasn't him out to kick. It's actually number 57 for the Hawks.
Short kick there that'll just find its way out of bounds. Fell out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. The penalty flag will obviously come in.
Yeah, and that penalty is most likely going to send him up at the 35 or the 40-yard line, one of the two. But I want to talk about the Scorpions' offense and how they can respond. In order for them to be able to respond, they've got to clean up the penalties like they have been trying to do all season long, but also get your running backs to the outside. We mentioned both takeaways in the beginning of the game, and that's where they struggled, is running the ball inside. And once they got their running backs bouncing outside, that's where the offense started to progress. And Bean has been running outside the pocket too. So use the legs of your talented backs in order to get the offense moving.
Bean is operating out of the gun. He sends Grant Jr. in motion across the line of scrimmage, and he'll drop back to throw. And he'll dish it off to Marquez Smith, or at least attempt to, but it'll fall incomplete. Heavy pressure there from the Hawks to force the incompletion.
Nathaniel Ferguson for the Hawks, birthday boy, making the pressure again. That's now a smaller slice of cake for him. That's now his second piece of cake of the night and his second play as well. I mean, he's been bringing some good pressure with the rest of this defensive line for the Hawks. It's just they got to be able to finish it off and get the sacks, because Bean has been able to scramble outside the pocket and throw the ball away and make plays. Got to find a way to contain his legs.
Obviously, it's tough when you're trailing, but I would really like to see number 22 star running back for the Scorpions, Marquez Smith, get going.
No, we haven't said his name much at all tonight, if not at all.
Smith is to Bean's right, and Bean is going to drop back to pass. He has all day in the pocket, and he's going to let one rip for Gialetti on the sideline. What a catch! Ronald Gialetti with the grab along the sideline. That'll move the chains for the Scorpions.
Beat his man one-on-one down the field and went up for that ball and came down hard, but he secured the catch and gets a huge chunk gain for the Scorpions.
If that ball was just floated a little bit further out in front of Gialetti, could have seen a long touchdown there.
Yeah, you would have seen the ref's hands go up in the air running down the field, but either way, still a great play.
Bean is going to drop back to throw again, and this time he's looking long for Caven Grant Jr., and it's broken up in the end zone. Incomplete pass. Sergio Madrid on the coverage and able to break that one up.
And the receiver's trying to get up. There he goes. Now he's jogging off the field. But Sergio, great coverage from the from the first year Gila River Hawk. Did a really good job with that one-on-one coverage, and that was risky of the Scorpions to take 2 deep shots there. But you know what? Why not get aggressive? You may as well start taking those shots in order to get back in this game.
Smith is to Bean's right in the backfield.
Here comes the Hawks blitz.
And Bean is going to drop back to pass. He's looking for the sideline once again, and this time it's caught for a gain of about 8. And that was Dre McKnight on the catch.
Yeah, good plays all around, honestly. Good throw, good catch, and good tackle to the sideline. Everybody made a good play there. And I thought the Hawks were going to send in a blitz and send their fleet in, but no, they disguised it and went back into zone. And they didn't even get a chance to be around the ball.
So that brings up a massive 3rd down and 2 here for the Scorpions. A conversion here would be massive for Jordan Lewis's squad. Marquez Smith is the back to Bean's left, and they're going to hand it to him running up the gut. And Smith keeps his feet moving to pick up a 1st down for the Scorpions.
Had a little extracurricular there from number 16, Bryce Perkins of the Hawks, and number 7, Ronald Giletti Jr. there after the play. It was some tempers flared up right there, but, I mean, when it comes to a defense giving up a 3rd down, it frustrates you because you want to get off the field, but now you got to go back out there again and try and get a stop or a turnover.
And Gila River just substituted in 3 of maybe the biggest defensive linemen I've ever seen in my life. Number 99, Josh Wu, who's 6 foot 350 pounds, enters the game to play nose tackle. Let's see if the Hawks can get some pressure here. Bean's going to drop back to throw. He's rolling right, gets it off, and that's caught. Tyus Dragon on the catch for the Scorpions.
First of all, that's a really cool name. I like Tyus Dragon is a really cool name. 6'1", 185, and they actually threw a low ball to him. Usually with taller guys, you want to throw it a little higher and get them into the end zone, but I guess they decided to use his height to go down low there. Still a good play. It makes it a 2nd and manageable.
That actually moved the chains for the Scorpions, so I think Dragon might have fell forward there to give them the 1st down.
Thanks for that correction.
But it is a fresh set of downs in the red zone now for the Scorpions. They're going to give to Smith up the middle, breaks a tackle, keeps his feet turning for a few more. And that'll make it 2nd down. And we'll call it 5.
Nice, powerful run from Smith. He had Raymond Grayson, linebacker for the Hawks, number 55, one of their star players. He's actually an Ottawa bounce back. He got on top of Smith, but Smith threw him right off and tried to get a couple yards afterwards. And you got to love a running back that's able to just keep turning his legs and keep his feet on the ground in order to fight for more yards until he gets down.
And Marquez Smith, he's 5'10", 200 pounds, and he is a power back. Tough to bring down.
Full house again.
And they're going to give it to Smith again, running left. And he will get up to the 7-yard line to make it 3rd down. And about 2 or 3 here for the Scorpions in the red zone. So another massive 3rd down for Salt River. Correction, it'll now be 3rd and 4. What would you like to see here? Massive 3rd down in the red zone.
It's a risky play call, but we've seen it a lot happen recently in all levels of football. Get your best running back to the outside. Get him back outside and see what he can do with the space created.
And there was pre-snap movement there from Salt River, so looks like we're going to see them be backed up 5 yards.
Man, both of these offenses have just been really scared on 3rd down. Both of them have, no matter what situation it is. It's like every time the bleachers start shaking, there's a penalty on the offense, right?
Yeah, a lot of anticipation coming from both sides. Maybe a little bit too much. But, yeah, we have seen a lot of false start penalties on third downs in particular.
Yeah, whether it doesn't matter who it is, receivers, running back, quarterback, and linemen, it's like they lay an egg and don't realize that and don't realize what the heck they're doing. But here we go again, 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9 for the Salt River Scorpions. In the red zone, Bean is going to drop back to throw, steps up in the pocket, throws for the end zone, and it's caught. Tyus Dragon, touchdown, Salt River Scorpions.
There you go. The Dragon busted out of his cave right there, and now the fire is all over the place. Tyus with his second catch, and now touchdown of the night. He got open in the middle of the zone on a slant route, and now puts the Scorpions in a 5-point game.
And that is Bean's first passing touchdown of the night.
That was a great drive from the Scorpions.
That was the best we've seen their offense look all night. As the PAT is good to make it 18-14, the Hawks still lead. So if you take away that pick 6 on the first play of the second half for the Scorpions, one big mistake, they could potentially be leading right now.
Yeah, and on top of that, again, we talked about the penalties that negated all the touchdowns in the first half. That could have happened. This would be a much higher scoring game, but from what we saw with the Scorpions right there, I mean, this could end up being a really good second half.
It could be, yeah.
So far it has been.
So there was 3 touchdowns scored in the entirety of the first half, and there's already been 2 scored in less than 5 minutes here in the second half.
That's awesome. You got to love that. And, of course, viewers at home and viewers in the stands love to see that because you don't want a slugfest, ugly football game. I mean,
right.
The old boomers love that because that's what they grew up
Yeah.
with. They grew up with the lowest scoring, physical, nasty football games. So now it's all about, high scoring and big plays and all the yardage, So it's nice to see both of these teams start to pick it up here to start the second half.
Eric Washington is back deep for the Hawks to receive the kick, and the kick is on the ground, muffed a little by the Hawks, but it was picked up successfully. Fights for yards there. Doesn't get much further after picking it up. So the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line, I believe.
That was a straight line drive kick to Amir Robinson. He actually did a good job at recovering the ball there and just trying to make something out of nothing there. But now they're going to set up close to midfield. And, again, both of these teams are really they're trying to be aggressive in different formats.
We're going to send it down to our field correspondent, Tomasa Perez, to hear a word from her.
Hello, Varsity Sports. We're in the third quarter with 9 minutes and 47 seconds left. The Scorpions just scored a touchdown by Tyus Dragon. So the score is now 18-14 with the Hawks in the lead.
Thank you, Tomasa. Little score update there for us. And on first down, Gila River attempted to run the ball, but it got nowhere as there was a host of Scorpion defenders waiting at the line of scrimmage. Oh, pardon me, it actually gained 2 yards.
It's really nice to see. I want to give a shout-out to Tomasa, though. She's been with the Varsity Sports Show for now 3 years, and she's built up a lot of experience and has done a really good job throughout her time here with the program. So thank you, Tomasa, for delivering all your good sideline reporting and contribution to the Varsity Sports Show. But now as we get back to the game, if you're the Hawks here, respond. That's all you got to do is respond. But, again, easier said than done. Just go back to what's been working, the short passing game and running the ball.
Fumbled snap there by Curry, picked up by Williams running left, fighting for the sideline. Oh! Lowers his shoulder and gets the first down. What a hit by Jared Williams. And a great play by him, picking up the ball, improvising, and getting the first down.
It was a copy and paste reaction from everybody in here. Everybody went, oh, right there. Oh, my gosh. The pads were smashing hard against each other there. Oh, my goodness. And honestly, it was a smart decision by Curry because he was going to recover. And then Robinson, he saw Robinson and said, "Oh yeah, go ahead, pick it up, go ahead."
Yeah.
I don't want to get hit. You can get hit, but he ended up doing the hitting right there.
Great improvisation there from Jared Williams to able to pick up the first down for the Gila River Hawks. 1st and 10 from the 42 as Christian Harvey comes in motion, and he'll take the handoff, and he's throwing long for Ortega, and it's caught along the sideline for a first down, and a flag came out there. But Ortega with another huge catch tonight.
My gosh, all their skill players are making plays tonight. First, you got the big boom right there. Then you had Harvey on a trick play, complete a pass to Ortega. We'll see. It most likely is coming back, though. Either way, good play.
So as you heard from our head ref there, it was an eligible receiver downfield against Eric Washington. So the big gain on the trick play there comes back, and instead it's first down and 15 for the Gila River Hawks.
This Hawks offensive line has been struggling a lot tonight, and now you have penalties, false starts, illegal men downfield on that one. And they've been giving up a lot of pressure overall from the Scorpions, edge rushers especially. They've got to be able to get back in keen here if they want to be able to hold on to this lead.
So first down and 15 here for the Gila River Hawks as Curry stands in the gun. He'll take the snap and give to Williams, running left, who makes a great move past the backer, bounces off a few tacklers, and manages to get the penalty yardage back. So that'll make it second down and 10 for the Hawks. Second down and 9, my apologies.
Yeah, number 75, Joseph Merchant for the Scorpions. His helmet popped off there. Again, both of these teams are getting really physical with each other. And speaking of Joseph Merchant, he actually is having NAU scouts watch out for him tonight. So he's been a player to keep an eye on, but he's been a big contributor tonight. Even though we haven't really said his name, he's brought a lot of pressure in the inside A and B gaps.
Second down and 9 here for the Hawks. As Curry throws the quick pass out to Washington, makes a move, tries to gain a few, but the Scorpions secondary holds tight on that one.
And it's weird because they played so far back. They were back about 8 to 10 yards off the ball, and that's why the Hawks called a screen pass. Take what the defense is giving to you, and they just did run. They did the rack after that, run after catch.
Big third down here. If you're the Salt River Scorpion defense, you can gain a lot of momentum with a stop here, but we know head coach Larry Kane, to him, any territory is 4-down territory. And we will get a timeout from Gila River. We will send it to break here.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Hello, I'm Andrew Neerum, a junior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm excited to show the Varsity Sports Show everything that I can offer on any side of production as I express my love for this business throughout the fall of 2025.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School here in Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Devin Blankenship, your play-by-play broadcaster, and joining me is Ethan Troll, who's providing our color commentary. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Gila River Hawks. at the 39-yard line. Curry stumbles after receiving the snap, rolls out right, and finds a connection along the sideline. And that is once again number 5, Thomas Ortega, with a huge reception there to move the chains for the Hawks.
Curry and Ortega have just been connecting so much when it comes to rolling to the right and getting outside the pocket. Going towards the Scorpions' end zone has been so effective for them when it comes to just doing that same thing, rolling out, pass to the sideline, rolling out, sideline, rolling out, sideline. It's been repetitive, and the Scorpions haven't been able to stop them, even though they've been bringing the pressure consistently tonight. Also, can we mention too that outside of JUCO football, ASU had a crazy game today.
Oh yeah, last second, 30 seconds left on the clock. Scored a touchdown to win over number 7 in the country, Texas Tech, as Jared Williams takes a handoff and breaks the tackle and jumps up over the defender to make it a first down. Gila River, he tried it earlier and failed, and he tries it again and gets up over the top of the Scorpions defender.
I wish we had stats on what kind of vertical he has right there, because he went flying in the air.
Yeah, that was high.
He jumped really high over the defender, just boing right over. Whoa, that's so fun to watch.
Yeah, Jared Williams coming from Chaparral High School, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Very good build for a college tailback.
How do you jump that high?
Who shows a lot of athleticism there.
How do you jump that high at that size? That's insane.
Curry will take the snap and give to Williams, once again running left, bounces to the outside to fit, gets away from one tackler and gets inside the 10-yard line of the Salt River Scorpions. So here come the Gila River Hawks. As you said earlier, they need to respond, and it looks like they're going to do so.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job of responding, and it's a funny reaction from head coach Larry Kane. He had his hands up in the air thinking that Williams was about to score, but then he gets tackled, and he was like, dang it. Still a good play drawn up, just couldn't get the touchdown.
2nd and 4 here for the Hawks. From inside the Salt River 10-yard line. Searching for Pater.
Zone coverage by the Scorpions again. They've been mixing it up quite a bit tonight, but they've run a lot of zone.
Curry takes the snap. He's going to fake the give and roll right. Dumps it off to his tight end. And that's Peyton Parrish with his first catch of the night.
Now, Peyton Parrish, we've only said his name once, and that was when he went in motion in the first quarter. It's his first catch of the night. 6'4", 240, Hamilton High School from Chandler. And it surprises me that they haven't tried to throw the ball to him a lot in the red zone, because when you have a big tight end like that, you may as well go to your biggest guy.
Yeah, 6'4", 240. That definitely sounds like a red zone threat there. But this Gila River offense has so much speed at the wideout position.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's been working for them. They just keep going after it.
Curry is joined by Williams in the backfield. And he's going to give it running up the middle, bouncing to the outside, searching for the pylon. Touchdown, Gila River Hawks. And that was actually Juan Archuleta, the tailback for Gila River, not Jared Williams. So touchdown, Juan Archuleta.
One carry, one touchdown. That's a pretty good stat line right there, huh? 5'7", 170 from El Paso, Texas High School in El Paso, Texas. Who would have thought, right? But I mean, they got the inside run blocking right there, and he made 2 cuts, goes for the easy score, and now that puts him up by 10.
Gila River, after the score, takes a commanding 24-14 lead here in the third quarter. Heard some noise from the Juan Archuleta fans in the stands there.
It's great to have family out here to support you.
And movement coming on the 2-point conversion attempt pre-snap. So that will back the Hawks up 5.
And there was Darion Richardson there on the motion there, as well as another wide receiver for the Hawks. That's going to send them back, but guess what? That's not going to stop them. They're still going to go for it.
That's Coach Larry Kane's MO. He is going to go for it. Aggressive play caller on the Gila River Hawks sideline. Let's see what he has chalked up here. With a 2-point conversion attempt coming from the 8-yard line. Curry is going to drop to throw, and he was looking for Archuleta sneaking out of the backfield there, but that pass was batted down at the line of scrimmage.
That was actually Darion Richardson that he was looking for on the play. But, I mean, going back to your running back to try and score again, it gets recognizable for most defenses when you try to go back to the same playmaker or a similar position over and over again. Either way, they still got a good touchdown, had a great response that we were talking about earlier to prevent the Scorpions from having even more momentum. And now it's pretty even now for the most part. But now it's going back to the Scorpions. Now they need to respond.
Yeah, pardon me, but if Salt River can go down and score here and make the PAT, now they're only trailing by a field goal, and that is due to the missed 2-point attempt conversions by Gila River.
Yeah, there's been so many what-ifs that could have changed the trajectory of this game, going from one way or the other. But even then, we still have a pretty good game ahead of us. It's not too high scoring and it's not too low scoring. It's been pretty even. Nice kick.
Grant Jr.
And he's down at the 30-yard line.
Salt River Scorpions will take over possession. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
And we were talking to Coach Lewis for the Scorpions in the pregame, and he seems to be a very, very mellow-tone kind of guy and wants to make sure that his guys, even though he understands that the discipline when it comes to penalties has been an issue this season, there's still a lot of positive outtakes he's had with his offense and defense and even special teams as well. And I'd say now for what he's looking for tonight is, can his players bounce back in a state of adversity being down by 10?
Bean is in the gun with Smith behind him as Grant comes in motion across the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give the reverse to Ramirez, who has a lot of room, gets a block from Dragon, makes another move, cuts towards midfield. What a move by Ramirez! And he's tracked down at the 20-yard line, but there are penalty flags way back behind the play.
Oh, not again. That was such a great individual play by Ramirez. His speed and agility got all the way down the field, and they're going to be pulling this play all the way back to where it was spotted.
And he made 3 tacklers miss with a jump cut to the left. But all for nothing. Fernando Ramirez, the play comes all the way back. And instead of 1st and 10 at the 20,
it's going to be 1st and 20.
It is now 1st and 20. Maybe from their own 20.
Yeah, you figure, I mean, he had a lot of room to work with there. And when it comes to that holding penalty, you see a lot of room for a running back. You instantly think, yeah, it's probably going to be holding right there.
So I'm not sure what the call was, but it's 1st and 8 now.
What the heck?
For the Salt River Scorpions.
Okay.
We're doing it live. And Bean's gonna toss to the right to Marquez Smith, who is dropped in the backfield for a loss of 2. And that is Amir Robinson, the West Point bounce back for the Gila River Hawks.
That was a nice hit right there, going down low and making a good, legal, clean tackle there on the running back to stop him from getting outside again. And his reaction was priceless, too. He was fired up after that.
There's less than a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Fast-moving quarter. Salt River, 2nd down and 9.
Nickel set again for the Hawks.
Bean is going to drop to throw. He's going to be forced to step up in the pocket. Risky throw there to the left, intended for Smith. I believe the pass was incomplete, but he just floated that one over to Marquez Smith.
Yeah, Bean has done a good job at getting the ball out no matter what. He doesn't want to take a sack. He is all about just improvising and improvising, and he's been doing that quite a bit tonight. And he tried it again right there, and the pass just fell short and incomplete.
16 seconds remaining here in the third quarter after the incompletion, and it is 3rd down and 9 for the Salt River Scorpions. Looking for an answer to the Gila River touchdown.
Hawks are playing deep zone right now. They're taking care of the skies.
Bean is going to drop to throw. He's looking over the middle, and he has Caven Grant Jr. wide open, but they can't connect on 3rd and 9 to bring up 4th down for Salt River.
Well, he's getting up and limping off the field. I think he planted pretty awkwardly there, trying to come back for the ball. Could be a potential hamstring injury as he's going to get checked out on the sideline.
And that is now the 2nd time where we've seen Bean and Grant Jr. unable to hook up on a play where Grant kind of appeared to just sit in the zone.
Yeah, he was waiting for the ball to come to him, and Bean just underthrew the ball. It was right there, the 1st down, but now you're giving the Hawks a chance to really seal this game by getting the ball back.
Punt team comes on for Salt River as Christian Harvey is back deep to return the punt for the Hawks. And the snap goes haywire, somehow kicked away by Salt River, and 3 penalty markers come down in the backfield. That was a little chaotic.
Yeah, that was Hasbar Abdul for the kick attempt right there. It went right. It bounced off of his hands, and he took a huge risk of just kicking the ball like it's street ball out here, and he got hit as well, and 3 flags got thrown onto the field there. So the refs are discussing with Coach Kane to plead his case. So we might probably have roughing the kicker right here, if not running into the kicker.
We're going to hear a word from our head official here. So they will re-punt the ball because I guess you can't do that. You can't just kick the ball off the ground. I've never seen that before, so I've never heard of that rule, but it does make sense.
Yeah, that's pretty brand new to us, honestly, because, again, you never really see that. I mean, don't get me wrong, heads-up play, but kind of not a heads-up play, because if that ball was hit into an opposing defender, that could be returned for a touchdown. So it's a good thing he has another chance to re-kick it here.
So Salt River will re-kick, but this time from the 15-yard line, and the snap is dropped again, and he tries to throw it away this time, and the interception is dropped. So Gila River will take over possession at the 15-yard line.
Oh, my gosh. He messed up the snap twice. I mean, it was honestly a decent snap, but
this time, just went right through his hands.
Yeah, Abdul messed up the handoff there, as now there's another flag being thrown on the field. What in the world is going on with special teams tonight?
So we are going to end the third quarter, I believe, and head into the fourth as both teams are switching ends of the field here. but we are waiting on the call from our head official.
And that pass from Abdul nearly got picked off, too.
Yeah, it did. The interception was actually dropped.
Yeah, it was a double whammy on back-to-back plays for him.
Still waiting to hear from our head official on what the penalty flag was.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, let's talk a little history about the high school we're at, Arcadia. I mean, when it comes to their football team, it's been quite a while. Now we have the ref here, hopefully, with the penalty call.
So we are going to take it into the end of the quarter. It was an intentional grounding call against the punter. Interesting.
Well, Abdul didn't have any eligible receivers around him. He just grabbed the ball and freaked out and chucked it.
And it definitely – did it get to the line of scrimmage? I don't know.
It got close.
It was close.
It was close.
Yeah.
But either way, there was nobody around that was even going to catch the ball unless if it was a Hawk.
And a Hawk actually dropped that pass.
Yeah.
So.
But getting back to the history of Arcadia football, they haven't won, I believe, a state championship since 1962, but that's when they had a good era of state championship appearances. And ever since then, it's been a little bit of a struggle to get back, but the sports programs here are pretty good overall. And just getting a look around for the field, they have an interesting setup for the stands, especially for the opposing team. They actually have, it looks like a second floor for where the stands go up to, and then the first floor is like handicap seating. I've never seen stands designed like that before.
Very interesting. A back came across the line of scrimmage for the Hawks. Broken tackle, fighting for the end zone. Tackled at around the 1 yard line. And that was Juan Archuleta with his second carry, almost his second touchdown.
My gosh, okay, Archuleta. I see you, dude. Seriously? He's making the most of his opportunities. That was a strong run, and like you said, 2 carries and almost his second touchdown, as now they bring in Darion Richardson for the backfield. Kind of surprised they're taking Archuleta out because they should be like, come on, man, we got to get him his second touchdown. He's having a good night.
Yeah, yeah. So there will be a timeout on the field by the Gila River Hawks. During this timeout, instead of going to break, we're actually going to send it down to our field correspondent, Tomasa Perez.
Welcome back, Varsity Sports. The third quarter has now ended. It is 24-14 with the Hawks in the lead. We had a touchdown, and now we're going to see what the fourth quarter is like and hopefully see if they can continue their drive.
As Tomasa said, beginning of the fourth quarter here, 14-22 remaining in the game. Gila River controls the score here, 24-14, looking to punch in another touchdown.
I mean, it's not completely over for the Scorpions if the Hawks score here. But either way, they've got to start getting desperate now and attacking down the field.
Handoff up the middle. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Salt River with a great play there.
And the front four isn't giving up, though. I'll tell you that much. They've been bringing so much pressure in the passing game and done a really good job at stuffing the inside gaps. They're fighting really hard, no matter how much they will. I mean, potentially might get down by, or how much they're currently down by right now, which is 10. They're fighting really hard out there.
So the new back in the game for Gila River is Logan Nadratowski.
Nice job.
That sounded right?
Yes, it did. Nice job.
And they'll fake the give and throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks. And that's the big tight end, Peyton Parrish, on the touchdown reception with the Gronk spike.
Been itching to say his name on a touchdown call tonight. I've been itching it since the beginning of this game, and they finally got it to him. give it to the biggest guy that you have on offense, right over the middle, up top. Classic play call. Good call for the Hawks.
And that's Dylan Curry's second passing touchdown of the night.
He's been playing pretty good overall.
Yeah.
Making smart decisions, rolling outside the pocket, and not really making too many mental errors.
Besides the early interception, yeah, we haven't seen very many mental errors from Dylan Curry.
Yeah, he's bounced back really well from that. And the Hawks are going to go for 2 again, I'm assuming.
Of course. I thought we all kind of knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, they haven't attempted an extra point at all tonight. They got number 17, Entrell Harris out there, 6 feet, 165 from Westwood High School in Mesa, grew up in Mesa, Arizona. He's a big guy, but this is the first time we've really seen him out there on the offense. It's nice to get some other players rotated into your system.
So there was a penalty marker thrown down on the touchdown, but that was actually picked up and waved off by the officials. Here comes the 2-point conversion. Curry looking to throw, looking for the corner of the end zone, but he could not connect with his intended target.
Yeah, his intended target was open at the corner of the end zone, just couldn't make that connection, and they have failed a lot of their 2-point conversions tonight, though. Even though the Scorpions have given up touchdowns, they've been standing tall in the 2-point attempts.
And the pass was intended for number 9, Jaden Kalinowski, who the last time we said his name, he tried to throw a pass to Dylan Curry.
Yeah, it's crazy, too, because we tried to mention his name sometime tonight, but, yeah, like you said, that was the last time we really mentioned it. He's been their X factor for the last 2 games. He's scored 5 touchdowns in the last 2 games. That's pretty insane. And the fact that he's been pretty much shut down tonight, it's very surprising.
Yeah. As you said, it could be just the Salt River defense keying in on Kalinowski because he's been such a receiving threat over the last 2 games, which has opened up room for a lot of the other receivers. Thomas Ortega has looked incredibly well to me tonight. He's played really well.
Yeah, he has.
Deep kick over the returner's head, but Grant Jr. is going to pick it up inside his own 5-yard line and attempt to run it out. He will be tackled just shy of the 30.
We got a Scorpion limping off the field.
It looks like it might have been a cramp. There are a few Hawks helping him try to maybe stretch it out.
Yeah, I thought it looked like he got the wind knocked out of him, but you might be right. He might have just fallen because of a cramp. It was number 42, Noah Cox, linebacker, 5'11", 165 from AHA from New Mexico, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's been a good special teams player for them, but yeah, he just probably got a little bit of a cramp right there, and good thing he walked over to the sideline.
Caven Grant Jr. is also being carried off by teammates. One of the Scorpions' star wide receivers, so that could impact this game and Salt River's offense in a major way.
When they were playing the Pumas at Sunny Slope High School, they had a ton of injuries in that game a couple weeks ago, and now it's starting to rack up again. They don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
Bean is going to drop to throw on first down. He's going to roll to his right. Still looking, but he's going to pull it down and keep it. And he'll get out past the 30. But there is a penalty marker in the Salt River backfield.
My paper is starting to fill up with tallies of all the penalties that have been getting called tonight. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but I'm just marking them down. I've lost count of how many penalties there's been in this game.
Too many. I think it's the number that I'd go with. So it was a personal foul against Salt River. So instead of a gain of 6 for Richard Bean, their offense is actually going to replay the down to make it 1st and 20 from the 12-yard line, I believe. Maybe the 11.
Time to start taking some deep shots here. You can't be running the ball a whole lot right now. It's time to start getting aggressive and get some spark back into your offense. Oh,
and
man.
More penalty flags come in as one of the officials is saying that it was a false start against the Scorpions, and it was. And we're going to move it back 5 more to make it 1st down and 25 from inside Salt River's own 10-yard line.
Well, this is the time to do one of 2 things. Send everybody back if you're the Hawks, or bring the entire house to potentially get a safety here.
And we're going to see a timeout on the field taken by Salt River. During the timeout, we will take a break from our broadcast.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School. If you are just now tuning in, the Salt River Scorpions are 1st down and 25 after back-to-back penalties from their own 7-yard line. They trail to the Gila River Hawks 30-14 here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, we haven't seen really any running back screenplays called tonight. I'm surprised that one might, and no, it's not going to get called.
Bean is running for his life in the end zone, and he's just going to have to throw it away, but there was a penalty marker thrown during the tackle attempt.
Oh, they're really going to call that incomplete? I'm surprised because it looked like his arm was going forward there, but even before that, the ball started to pop loose. And again, we have another penalty on the play.
And we will see what the penalty marker is.
Because if that penalty occurred in the end zone for the Scorpions, that's a safety. I don't think it will be, by the way the body language is looking for both units, but we'll see.
So the officials will talk it over here as we wait to hear a word from them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the penalty could be here. I mean, it could also be on the Hawks because of the way that Bean was tackled. It looked like it could have been a horse collar, or it could have been holding on the Scorpions, but not too certain. It was hard to see from here because it was all the way on the other side of the field for us. The refs are going to Coach Kane right now and talking to him too. The refs have been talking to him quite a bit tonight.
So it was.
Those penalties will offset.
So it is offsetting penalties as there was an intentional grounding call against Richard Bean on that pass attempt, but there was also a personal foul call against the Gila River Hawks defense. So it will be once again 1st down and 25 from Salt River's own 7-yard line.
So the Scorpions basically avoided a safety because of that defensive penalty. Oh,
Yep.
man. Yikes.
Bean is going to drop to throw under heavy duress right away, and he's taken down in the end zone. And that is going to be a safety. Gila River Hawks put on 2 more points to their score, and it'll be 32-14. Gila River
Well, we mentioned it not too long ago, and we were saying either they're going to send everybody back or blitz the heck out of the Scorpions, and they sure did right there, bringing Bean down in the end zone. They gave up the safety anyways.
And they sent the house on that one. We might have, there is a ton of booing going on right now from the Gila River home stands. The officials said that Richard Bean's forward progress,
You're kidding me.
was at the what looks to be the 1-inch line. So no safety for Gila River.
Wow.
Instead, it'll be first down and 28. Second down, my apologies, from the inch line. And they're just going to throw a quick pass to Giletti, but he can't hang on. So that'll make it third down and 28 from inside the 1 yard line.
Giletti was wide open on that play, too.
He was. He could have covered a lot of ground there.
Potentially, or even just getting the first down at the minimum because there was nobody on him because they sent the blitz, leaving the free safety one-on-one with Giletti. But it was just a quick throw, and he wasn't ready for the pass, and it went right through his hands.
What's the call here on 3rd and 28 for Salt River inside their 1 yard line?
One-on-one shot on the go. That's all you can do here. Get it out quick.
Bean stands in the gun in his own end zone. He'll drop the pass under heavy duress. He steps up in the pocket, avoids multiple tacklers, and manages to get out to the 4 yard line and avoid the safety. And Salt River's punt unit will come on now.
Good job for Bean, though, to avoid 4 tacklers and avoiding the safety. My goodness, that play was all him right there. The O-line failed him on that play. He tried to make something happen, but he had 2 guys wrapped up on him, threw them off, had another guy try to wrap him up, and he threw him off and gets a gain of about 3 to 4 and avoided a safety. So that's honestly a win for the Scorpions.
Yeah, great play there from Richard Bean, avoiding disaster. But this punt team has had some issues tonight. Now they're punting from inside their own end zone. And that one is a very short punt, but it does take a friendly roll for Salt River. All the way up to the 39 yard line. Christian Harvey had to tell one of his Hawk teammates to stay away from the football.
And that was honestly a very nice bounce from the kicker. That wasn't Abdul in there, I believe, making the kick. But either way, the other kicker comes in, and it was a knuckleball kick, but it was a beautiful bounce down to the 39 yard line. So got a little lucky there.
Yeah, definitely. The Scorpions catch a break there after a few minutes of disaster. But now we see the Gila River Hawks taking over at the Salt River 38 yard line.
The Scorpions can't allow any more points. They have to make a stop.
And there's a handoff to Archuleta running right. Makes a move towards the middle of the field. And he gets a good gain there on first down, but there's a penalty flag coming from the Gila River Hawk backfield.
Either way, he got smacked on his blind side there. My goodness. And nobody reacted to it. I'm surprised because it was such a big hit. You've got to love seeing that from defensive players. It's always great to see.
Dominic Pellegrino like the water maybe?
Yep.
But he is now in at quarterback for the Gila River Hawks.
So expect the Hawks to run the ball quite a bit now.
I would have to agree.
And that was another penalty on the Scorpions to give up a first down. I believe it was a holding call. Oh, no, that's it. No, from the way it looked like a personal foul there after the play. Not sure who it was on, but now they're set up in the red zone already.
New tailback in the game for the Hawks is Logan Nadratowski, who is lined up to Pellegrino's right. Neal dropped to pass, stepping up in the pocket, hit as he throws. And that'll just wind up as an incomplete pass. I really hope I'm saying his last name right.
Pellegrino.
He's from Lake Park, Illinois.
How did he get from Chicago all the way down here to Phoenix? Two complete opposite climates. That's what's so special about JUCO.
Tired of the wind.
Well, that's what's so special about JUCO football too, is that everybody has a different story here in this league. Whether they're local or from another state, it's really nice to see all different kinds of people and players from different parts of the country. We got two tailbacks in the backfield now.
Archuleta going in motion, moving left, but they will give running right. Big hit there. After getting past the line of scrimmage. And I believe that was Dorian Richardson on the carry.
Yeah, Richardson took a big hit from one of the inside backers and spun out of it and got a couple extra yards afterwards. Love to see tough running from two smaller backs.
So it seems like almost every skills position player for the Gila River Hawks just swapped out.
Yeah, they're getting in some other rotation guys to prove their spots on the roster. Love to see it. Get your second and third string guys out there. See what they can show.
Pellegrino operating out of the gun. He's going to drop to throw. And he's looking for Thomas Ortega. Little miscommunication there. Ortega went inside. The throw was outside.
One of the Hawks offensive linemen, Chase Ballard, got injured on the play. His lower left leg. He went for it right away. And then he went straight to the ground on the sideline.
We're going to let the athletic trainers take a look at Chase Ballard, and we're going to go to a commercial break.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family-friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
My name is Dana McDermott, and I'm a junior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. I am looking forward to the opportunity to get some hands-on experience and dip my toes into this industry. I've called water polo, softball, and I've broadcasted on the sidelines for high school football and basketball. I'm so excited for what this internship's going to give me.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School for our HJCAC Game of the Week, featuring the Gila River Hawks, who lead the Salt River Scorpions 30-14. Pellegrino is in the gun with Archuleta to his right. Neal drop back to pass, stepping up in the pocket under heavy duress, gets it off, throwing towards the pylon, but that one falls incomplete. Pass was intended for Dorian Richardson.
Yeah, Dominique has been, he got the opportunity to be out there and struggled. He made a few pretty not so great throws, but it's nice to still get your backups out there to see what they can work on or where they're doing good at. And for Dominique right there, it's just decision making. He's standing tall in the pocket and he stood well. Got to get the ball out a little quicker though if you want to make a play. And now the Scorpions offense will come back out deep in their own territory again. So we'll see now if they can capitalize on that turnover on downs.
So Salt River is going to take over possession at their own 16-yard line for 1st and 10 here. Bean is going to throw the toss to the right to Marquez Smith. who was met in the backfield by a few Hawk defenders for a loss of what appears to be about 2.
It surprised me the Scorpions are trying to go back to what was working earlier in the game in the first half because, I mean, they're trying it too little too late. You got to start throwing it down the field, not to the sidelines.
Yeah. Yeah, Marquez Smith is a very talented back, and I think if the Scorpions, obviously earlier, now it's a little too late, as you said, but if the Scorpions could have gotten him to the outside, I think their offense could have moved a lot more efficiently.
Without a doubt.
Second and 11 now for the Salt River Scorpions. Richard Bean is in the gun. He'll take the snap and drop the pass. He's going to immediately look to take off running, and he does. And he'll pick up the first down on the carry.
That was a good run there, and again, that's what he's just been doing a lot tonight, and that is just rolling outside the pocket and just trying to make plays happen.
Nathaniel Ferguson, our birthday boy, just trotted off the field. But it is now 1st and 10 for Salt River from the 26-yard line.
Well, I hope he's not done for the night. He's still got to get one more piece of cake. He's gotten 2. I mean, finish with the cherry on top.
Richard Bean is in the gun on first down. And he'll drop to throw, and he's going to throw the swing pass out to the left, makes a move, trying to get towards the sideline, and he does, pushed out of bounds. After a good gain there. And that is Jalen Grant.
You know, we've seen Jalen Grant on the defensive side of the ball pretty much all night, and the fact that they're getting him out there at running back is pretty funny. But not funny at the same time because he's so big. He's 231 for his weight.
He is big.
You don't want to try and tackle that guy down low.
So the clock remains to move here at Arcadia High School, approaching 6 minutes left here in the fourth, as Gila River Hawks lead the Salt River Scorpions 30-14. Marquez Smith is back in the game for Salt River, standing behind Bean. And he will catch the toss, running left, makes a move, working, and breaks a ton of tackles, and is finally pushed out of bounds. Great run there from Marquez Smith to move the chains, and it feels like when you're watching him run, his legs never stop moving.
Yeah, he's like Shady McCoy on that play right there. Getting a little shifty and a little high step from Deion Sanders, man. He's looking really nice out there today, and he's been getting a lot of good carries. And that play right there, I thought he was going to go down at the 50, but just pops right back up and gets a little bit more after that.
Yeah, he's a very physical, quick running back for Salt River.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Out of pistol.
Bean drops the snap, still fighting for it. It's still on the ground. Dre McKnight came diving in. Who came up with it, though?
Was it the Scorpion? Nope.
Gila River football on the fumbled snap from Richard Bean. Just couldn't hang on.
Oh, I don't know about that. It looked like the Scorpions recovered it at first, but they didn't see the initial recovery. Then the Hawks recovered it afterwards. Then the refs came up and saw that and thought, yep, Hawks ball. So the Scorpions, they're definitely very frustrated after that. Either way, that's now another takeaway for the Hawks defense, man. They have been it's been like a no-fly zone defense for them tonight.
So Kevin Nelson, the first-year player for Gila River, is now going to come in and command this offense on this drive. So another new quarterback for the Hawks.
Yeah, let's see what he's got to show.
Nelson has Nadritowski to his left. And receivers, 2 receivers to each side of the line of scrimmage. Nelson will give to the back running right, and he is met in the backfield by a host of Scorpion defenders.
You want to give us a recap for some of the matchups that happened last night? Because there were some pretty crazy games.
For high school?
Oh, yeah.
I was out at Desert Mountain High School calling Desert Mountain versus Chaparral, and that was a good game. It was a defensive slugfest. Desert Mountain did win 16-6, but it was a very physical rivalry game. But yeah, it was a good game.
That sounds like it. Yeah, there's been a few other good games too. I mean, Hamilton once again, they're playing like the best 6A offense, if not the best offense in the state of Arizona. They put up, I believe, 49 points last night, but they've been averaging just below 60 points a game.
Nelson's going to give to Archuleta, who started running left and made a move up the middle to gain a yard or two. Yeah, I mean, their offense has looked good, but for me personally, I don't think many teams can stand in Bosch's way from a state championship. That team is just I had the pleasure of watching them earlier this year against Mountain View High School, and they were up 30-0 at half, and you can kind of just tell they're a little different this year.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. I definitely agree with you there because, I mean, they've just been so consistent when it comes to their play calling and defensive execution. That's why they're ranked number 1 in the state.
Yeah, and they're one of the top 15 teams in the country, I believe. But Nelson just barely gets that pass off intended for Richardson, and it falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 12 for Gila River. But they will take a timeout. As we take a break on the field, we will also take a break up here and send it to commercial.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Gutierrez and I'll be interning with the Varsity Sports Show this upcoming fall semester with the broadcast team. I'm a current rising junior at the Arizona State University Walter Cronkite School of Journalism studying sports journalism. During my 3 years at the Cronkite School, I've been able to cover multiple sports with the Sun Devils, including volleyball, basketball, and baseball this last spring. During my time, I've learned valuable skills both in front and behind the camera, helping expand my passion for the love of sports. I'm very excited to work with my peers this upcoming fall to not only better myself, but help better themselves to become all-around good journalists.
Hey everyone, I'm Jorge Anuajardo, your play-by-play broadcaster for Viva Varsity, the brand new Spanish broadcast of the Varsity Sports Show. We're here to fuel your love for the game, bring you exclusive interviews, and celebrate every play right alongside you. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Viva Varsity for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and everything happening on and off the field. This is Viva Varsity, where the game comes alive.
Welcome back to Arcadia High School. It is 4th down for Gila River, and that was a punt? I didn't know Kevin Nelson was also their punter. I think that's the first time we've seen Gila River punt all night, and it's only fitting that the quarterback is the one who punts it.
That was actually a Dominique Pellegrino. Hopefully I said that right. They brought him in to just punt the ball, but it went off the heel of his foot, up and in the air, and out of bounds. It looks like at the 33-yard line. But when it comes to quarterbacks punting, you actually see that quite not too often, but often enough to where it doesn't surprise certain spectators and deep diehard football fans on 4th down. Like for the NFL level, you don't see it very often either. I mean,
I remember seeing Tom Brady punt once.
Yep, that's right. I believe it was against Denver, if I'm not mistaken. He did it off the heel of his foot, or off the top part of his foot, and it actually was a really good punt. So did Ben Roethlisberger too. They both punted the ball pretty well.
Yeah. Gabe Bootenshoen has come in to play quarterback for the Scorpions, and he's going to toss to Marquez Smith, who evades a defender in the backfield and somehow is still going. Wow. That was one of the toughest 4-yard runs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it took the wind out of us up here. I could have sworn he made like 5 or 6 juke moves in on that play. And backup quarterback Gabe.
Yeah, good luck.
Booten Schoen. I probably said that wrong, and I apologize. But he, 6 foot, 185 pounds, from Linden Academy, Washington, from Linden, Washington. He came in for quarterback, and I believe now he's back. Yeah, he's back out there. He actually got in the way of Smith right there on his carry. I'm surprised he didn't get trucked over by him.
Butenschoen takes the snap, and he's going to give to Marquez Smith, running up the middle. And Marquez Smith just ran over 2 Gila River defenders to get the first down.
Good job for pronouncing his last name, by the way. Now
I'm just winging it.
Yeah, well, that was a way better attempt than mine, I'll tell you that. But strong running again from the Scorpion running backs tonight. All the running backs for both teams have just been so physical.
We're going to head to the 2-minute warning. So a topic has came up, and we've been chatting about it a little bit. Player of the game.
Oh, boy.
Who are we feeling?
Well, with the way this game's going, it looks like the Hawks are going to win this one. And in my opinion, I mean, any of the skill position players on offense could honestly win player of the game. But in my opinion, I honestly believe that Thomas Ortega will probably get it here. He's been targeted a lot tonight. He's been getting a lot of receptions as well. And even though he only had 1 receiving touchdown tonight, he's been the most effective player on offense.
He has been. And he not only – he has had some big catches, too. Tough catches along the sideline to move the chains back when this was a 1-score game. And obviously he had the big catch in the end zone for the touchdown to open the scoring. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think Thomas Ortega as well.
And that's not to discredit Eric Washington, Christian Harvey, who both had amazing nights too. I mean, Washington with the 55-yard punt return touchdown earlier in the first half. But when it comes to player of the game overall, definitely Thomas Ortega.
So Salt River's offense is going to come back out after the 2-minute warning. And Butenschoen is going to stay in at quarterback for the Scorpions. Gialetti comes in motion, but they're actually going to give to Ramirez on the end around, who makes a move and evades a tackler before being dropped down after a gain of about 5. And over here on the far sideline.
Uh-oh. Oh, we got we got some personal fouls here for sure.
Some tempers flaring.
Oh, boy, that didn't look good. Number 0, Angel Perez, came in on the play, and he actually hit number 7, Ronald Giletti Jr. right in the helmet. That is not a good look for the Hawks. Not a good look for Giletti either, because he shoved him right back before he got hit in the head. And at the end of the day, too, it's unnecessary for the end of the game, too. I mean, you just let the game play out. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose.
Yeah, it's always in moments like this where, one team is handling the other, and tempers start to flare.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Giletti. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 0 for Perez.
Are we going to see those penalties offset each other?
Nah, I don't believe so. But he is going to be the lead ref is writing both names down on his notepad just to be sure. He's got the names down and the numbers right. Yeah, we were seeing it right here, right in front of Coach Kane, actually, and he was yelling at his guy Perez right there because he's like, dude, what the heck? Like, there's no reason for that. Let's win a decently clean game. Let's avoid the mistakes like that, because that also prevents you from being able to get back on the field too.
Right.
You got to be smart about that.
Right. So I believe those penalties, as far as yardage goes, are going to offset each other. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Salt River.
And this is for the Scorpions. I mean, now it seems like they're just going to be running plays to just get to see like what's working and what's not and who deserves to stay on their roster still.
But Butenschoen is going to drop to pass, and he fumbles the ball, picked up by one of his linemen, and he fumbles the ball, and it is eventually picked up by a Gila River Hawk, and that looks to be Eric Perkins. Or Bryce Perkins, my apologies. That's Bryce Perkins with the fumble recovery. So now we have to have a conversation. Bryce Perkins with the second turnover that he's created, that he has came with in the game.
Yeah, second takeaway now. I mean, even though that one was, I mean, the Scorpions' offensive line pretty much gave up that turnover right there. I mean, nobody was blocking for QB1, Gabe. I mean, he had no time at all. He had to run away, and he got hit on the side. Ball pops out. Offensive line recovers, and he loses the ball, and then Perkins comes up with it. And that is, once again, another takeaway for this Hawks defense. They have been all over this Scorpion. And the Scorpions have been trying to attack, but the Hawks keep coming down and snagging them off the ground.
And as you said, Gila River will take over here, and it looks like they're going to take a knee and run the clock down to end this game. And Caven Grant telling his defensive lineman, jump down, steal the snap, get us the ball back.
That's funny because they've actually tried to do that a couple of times earlier in the game. On the Hawks' 2-minute drill before the end of the second quarter. They tried to do it twice and failed both times, but got close on the second attempt. I love that they're not trying to that they're not giving up though.
Yeah.
And to mock them, they had Dominique go on his knees to take the snap there. I've never seen that before.
And we'll run down under 45 seconds here. And Gila River is going to come out of this one with a 30-14 victory over the Salt River Scorpions. But yeah, I still believe that Thomas Ortega I think is our player of the game. He had a phenomenal game. Started out the scoring with a fade ball in the end zone. Great high point catch. And he was just super consistent all night for this Gila River team. But an all-around great win for Gila River.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what I'm talking about right there. They won as a unit. You win as a unit and you lose as a unit in every sport. Not in every sport, but in every team sport. And for the Hawks, they played like a good team tonight. They got a lot of takeaways. They were efficient on offense. And that's what got them the win tonight. And for the Scorpions, again, they got to go back to the basics. They got to find a way to clean up those penalties and stay efficient on offense, because if they keep repeating the same mistakes, they're not going to go very far.
Yeah, just as you said, before the game we talked to Coach Larry Kane, and he said we have a tough 2 weeks coming up in front of us, and we want to use tonight as a bit of a tune-up game, because Salt River is having a little bit of a down year in this HJCAC conference, and that is exactly what they did. They were clicking on all cylinders. They scored an offensive touchdown, a special teams touchdown, and a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. But just to change subjects real quick, Kane is having his guys walk away and not shake hands with the opposing team, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some dirty plays from the game tonight, but it's an interesting decision to make. So that kind of sparks a little bit of fire in both squads, honestly, no matter what the result was.
Thank you for joining us here at Arcadia High School in Phoenix, Arizona. Once again, my name is Devin Blankenship, and joining me was Mr. Ethan Troll. Ethan, always a pleasure.
Thank you. It was a fun game tonight. It honestly was, and it was very back and forth, and I'm excited to look forward to the next game.
Once again, thank you for tuning into the Varsity Sports Show. Have a great night.